What's happening, beautiful people? Uncle Joey here with his trusted sidekick, Mr. Lee Syat, a.k.a. the Cadle. And we have a special guest, my brother from a different mother, Mr. Alberto Crane. How was everybody's weekend?
Great. It was a great weekend. Fantastic in
How
Kentucky.
about you? How long are you in the city for, Tarzan?
Till Wednesday morning.
That's it?
DC's next. Vegas, little mini PR tour for the book, you know.
What are you doing in D.C.?
A couple shows, couple appearances.
You're not
for
going
sure.
by the White House?
We're gonna do some fun stuff. Yeah, for sure. Gotta check out where they're gonna have the UFC card, right?
Yeah.
Gotta see what's up, you know, over there.
That's crazy.
What do you think about the card, UFC card?
Yeah,
The White House?
Yeah, the White. You gonna go?
I want to go,
It's
but
only 2,000 tickets. It's gonna cost you
75,000
I
tickets.
heard it's free.
Yeah.
It's free, right?
Yeah, but they're picking.
Right.
It's not like you're gonna win it in a raffle.
No.
Yeah.
So
They're not going to give you that in a raffle. They're going to have to check your background. Not everybody's going to be allowed to go. A lot of people are going to be brokenhearted. There's going to be a lot of white people there. Maybe 10 black people, one Spanish dude, and he better be like a prisoner of war, or he's a president from another country or
Not
something
just a
like
regular
that.
black person.
Huh?
Not a regular black
Think
person.
about it. They're going to have the high-level Washington people, the president's friends, you know, and it's not going to be like I was saying the other day. Look, it's going to be people who watch a fight that usually don't watch a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when we watch the fights in the Apex, I always felt bad for the fighters because I'm a comedian. I feed off the energy as much as you don't think. That's my 90%. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
They don't have to talk to me, but I can feel them laugh at me. Now I got to take it and throw it back, motherfucker. Take that. It's the same thing. So I was like, man, that must be, the punches sound louder. You know, so even the guy hears it even louder in his ear. But then, yeah, right? You ever get hit in the ear when there's no music on? It sounds bad.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I know a lot of people are talking shit about it. I'm not
They're
even
talking shit about it because they're not going to be invited.
right.
And they're going to watch it on Paramount. It's going to be commercials for ice and fucking God knows what else. You know what I'm saying? Free Cuba and Venezuela.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just the idea of to have
The
it at
idea.
the White House, no matter what you think about it's just kind of cool. I don't know. I think like to be able, I am surprised like they didn't have like a huge name. Maybe they'll get someone later on. You think they'd get like that one on Netflix looks pretty cool. That one on Netflix.
Nate Diaz, come on.
Yeah. And then Rousey, but she hasn't fought in like 15 years or something. Close to that.
They give it a fucking load of money.
Good for her.
Diaz and Mike Perry.
10 million, right?
Yeah,
Diaz?
something like that. You crazy.
And then Ngannou. Ngannou's coming back.
Ngannou.
There's a bunch of
Ngannou's
people in
back,
that one.
you know,
I mean,
and
that's like card you expect, right? For the White House.
I would, yeah. And but I do like this on Paramount
No.
because I haven't watched it in years.
Well, like
'cause
I
it's-
said, if you think there's commercials now,
oh yeah,
with, you know, how to know the view, listen, everybody's going to be watching. That's the beauty of it. Everybody's going to be watching.
yeah.
There's nothing. Everybody's going to be in front of their TV watching.
I'll be watching
You're
for
going to
sure.
get the president haters. You're going to get the Nazis fucking like firecrackers. You know, everybody's going to hate. No matter what you do, you could feed 1,000 fucking children for a year. And, you gave them stolen money. Who gives a fuck? You know, 3 people died. I had to bring a boat of Cuba in from Cuba with Coke and fucking, you know, something. But people always question no matter what you're going to do. And that's what this fucking whole thing's about, right, Professor?
Yeah.
Lay it on me, Jack. For starters, give him the background. We go back 22 years.
I'm looking at the longest yard.
22 years in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
And he said, I'm going to come in. And then he didn't come in Santa Fe, but fast forward, I don't know, 15 years later.
Yeah, I walked in.
He shows up in Burbank, at the Legacy in Burbank.
He was supposed to do jujitsu during that filming.
He was going to, yes. Because Ivan Salivary was there.
Yeah, I would go to
Bob
school.
Sapp.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
He was
were
there
walking to
all the time.
school.
We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Doing
And
stuff
I'm
together.
honestly not, because I was 100 plus pounds overweight too. Could you have done that at 4 whatever you were? Could you have done
I would have
jujitsu?
trusted him. The way he told me to get on the mat.
Right,
Yeah.
There's certain people that sell you this and they have no idea what they're talking about.
right.
And there's certain people who fucking get it, and I knew he got it.
Because you said they were giving you oxygen just to walk
Yeah,
around.
is Santa Fe high?
Yeah.
I was
7,000 feet.
Oh, I'm
So
surprised.
it's higher than a mile and a half, right?
Fuck.
They had 12 meetings about my blood pressure when I was, you know?
Yeah. What do you, as like a coach, with someone who's that, like, because I was 330 at 5'3", like I was just as fat. Like when you see someone starting out at that big,
I mean, just feel out their breath, like how they're doing, their mobility, right? See what they can do, and stay with them there, and then add to it little by little.
that's crazy.
If you can't walk, crawl, whatever, do something. You can do something. I don't know.
No, yeah,
crawl, but whatever it is you can do it.
I couldn't imagine at my heaviest going to do jujitsu. That's and so you went. How long? When did you start? Because you started a few years into me knowing you.
I started 2011 on a whim. On a fucking
At
whim.
VMAC?
I started watching those videos at night. I get high and watch those videos, and I'm like, that.
Eddie Bravo was trying to, for years, right?
Yeah, I don't do no gi. They told me already, but that wasn't it. Dog, once I saw Hodger Gracie, that's the way to do it for a big guy like me. It's slow, pressure, kiss him in the neck, move up a half inch, kiss him again, move up another half inch, and the guy knows it's fucking coming. And now he got two things to do. And dog, I don't know how he does. He just slips his hand in, and then he sits there for another 8 minutes. And he moves up and starts fucking triangling. And all of a sudden, you just put the other hand up, and it's all over. Shout. And you're like, he just chokes you the fuck out.
True story. True story.
If you look at all his videos, they're all the same. He takes you, you take him down, something happens, there's a scramble, he's on top of you. And once he gets that mount, I don't know, what's his percentage? It's fucking brilliant to watch.
That's it. Game over. Mount,
once he gets that
one hand on the
mount,
collar.
that's it.
That's it.
And he sits there and cooks you. He puts that fucking triangle, he shifts over into that fucking guard, and he just fucking, at that point, you're like, you know what? Poke a fucking finger in my eyeball. I'm suffering here.
Oh, I don't know anything about martial arts, but like I like the UFC, and I know people call it boring, but like when you're watching the UFC, if someone can just take you down and hold you there, it doesn't matter how good of a fighter you are. If you can't get up, the fight's over, and it might not be the most entertaining, but like you win. Like it's just,
I mean, if you understand the game, that's control, right? That's
right.
Dominance. Like look at GSP, one of the greatest of all time. Khabib, right?
Yeah.
And then Khamzat for the lately, right? Like
It's gonna be a bomb in New Jersey. That's a hell of a fucking fight. I heard he said he don't want to talk to no goat fuckers during the press conference, so they're scared of the fucking. They're petrified of the fucking face-off.
Who said that?
I think
Khamzat, or who's fighting Khamzat?
Sean Strickland.
Oh, Sean O'Malley or
The other one.
Strickland. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he said, I don't know.
That does sound like something he'd
I don't want
say.
to fuck a goat fucker or something like that. You know, it's just,
Sean Strickland said that?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Man.
Could you imagine translating that to Khabib? Like, because
No,
he
not to Khabib.
Khamzat.
Hamza, I'm sorry, to anybody, but I can't imagine saying. What did he say? He said, "I don't want to talk to a goat."
Yeah.
And he said something else. There was two quotes. I don't remember the other one.
Oh my god!
After that, you didn't hear anything else.
Yeah.
Who does this shit? But that's mental. Listen, all I know is this. And I swear to God, Professor. Every week, there's one night my wife's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, go. Go. Because I don't even want to watch this fucking TV show. And I go in the room, and I take my notebook out. I get tuned up in the garage. First thing I throw on. I've watched it 300 times. Khabib against fucking McGregor.
Oh yeah.
I watch that twice a week. It's in my YouTube feed. And I watch how he held him down by the fence and all that. And then the other fight I watch is Khabib against the Brazilian that could kick.
Oh shit.
The kid that was training in New Jersey with Mark Henry. It was Frankie,
I know you're talking about
Alvarez, and the Brazilian that threw those spinning back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
been
going
a
to
minute.
fucking eat me alive. And I watched that fight. And that guy was fucking people up with his legs. And there was one point in that fight, Khabib was just trying to fucking drown him. And you could see the fear in his face. You could see it. Like he was like, I'm done with this motherfucker. Tap me. Khabib beat the fuck out of him. Beat the fuck out of him. Who is it, Lee?
Give me one second.
Moraes?
Oh, he was a fucking kickboxer.
Yeah.
A Brazilian kickboxer.
Yeah,
He trained. He lived in Jersey,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but then he went somewhere else. He
Ricardo
left
Almeida,
Jersey.
Mark
It was
Henry.
too fucking cold in the winter. You know,
Edson Barboza.
Edson Barboza.
Okay.
It was fucking mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. And that's when you see the power of you being able to take anybody down with the same stupid shit over and over. You train in training camp for 8 weeks.
They know exactly what he's going to do.
Your wife makes you do it around her. Yeah. And you go, and Khabib will still fucking break your spirit. Not even underneath, your spirit is broken. And if he's punching, and he traps your one arm and he starts hitting you in the ribs, that's a brilliant fucking thing. Knocking you down is one thing, Professor. Holding a man down is another.
For a long time, 15, 20 minutes. And there was a few weeks ago that Max Holloway fought. And everybody, I love, he was one of the first guys I loved, and he was so fun. He's still probably, I haven't seen him in a few years, he's probably still really good. And the beginning of each round, he was so ready to go, and then immediately.
Oliveira took him down. Which,
I mean, what do you guys think about the BMF, that being the BMF belt, and him doing jiu-jitsu on him? BMF belt should be for, I don't know. What's that?
You would think so, but a record's a record. I get it.
BMF means to me?
Yeah.
Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm going for the BMF belt. If he's got me an Australian head scissor, figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. That's what BMF is.
Yeah.
Me being the 5th round, I'm getting beat up, and all of a sudden I get this guy in a fucking triangle.
Yeah.
And my leg is broken, but I still held him down, and I choked him, and fucking, that's what it is. He threw jiu-jitsu at him. And I bet Holloway prepared. What do you think? He didn't fucking prepare for that?
Yeah.
He knew it was coming. That kid climbs on you. That kid doesn't take you down. He just starts climbing on you. Right or wrong? And now you got his weight on you. How long can you sustain that when your adrenaline is high? He wears you out there. He just fucking starts putting a hook in and starts climbing up your back. And right there, he don't even got you. He's got dick. He's still adjusting grips and shit. And all of a sudden you go, well, I'm going to bang him backwards. Let me go backwards of him. Night, because he's going to leave 2 hooks in you when you're not. He's going to get knocked out, but he's Brazilian. They've been doing that all their fucking life. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to hold on to that, and he's going to wake up and tap the dude out. And he does that constantly. My bullshit, you professor. What do you think you're dealing with? Joey Bananas, you did good.
That's it.
So what inspired you after Santa Fe? I saw you again at Justin Fortune's gym. And I watched you walk in there, and I don't know if you were fighting then in the UFC. You had moved there to train or something with the UFC.
I was fighting,
and
right?
I think I went to one of your fights, where Rogan took me, and then I didn't see you for a bit, and I heard you relocated. And the story goes, I called the school because I couldn't find the schedule. And you fucking called me right back. You're like, what do you want? I go, who's this? You know, Alberto, what? Joey, what do you want? I go, no, I want to see a schedule. And a year later, I walked in again. I go, I'll be in there like a week or so.
You came to the door, and then I was on the mat, and you were about to walk away, and I went outside. Hey, Joey, hey. And come on in.
Forgot about that. I think you talked about it. Like you would go and like not get out of the car for a while.
All the fucking time, man. You're fucking 50, you're out of breath, you can't figure it out. I'd have surgery on my nose, and you just really like the art. I moved here, and it took me a year. A kid kept bugging me, a brown belt. Kept calling the house, Logan, you don't want to swing by? Me and you, just real life. And listen, this is the fucking real story. During the pandemic, I developed a fear from North Hollywood, from seeing that black dude, from just seeing things. I had never seen this area before, and I had lived there for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're somewhere for 20 years, and all of a sudden you see bikers living in the circle. One day there's 2,000, you wake up one day, wow, like what the fuck? You need money to live in this building. And you look down, there's 22 bikers. 22 fucking bikers. And you're like, what the fuck happened to the neighborhood? And all of a sudden they bomb Hudson County Park, and there's a rally because they hit a gay guy in Minneapolis on your fucking boulevard. You know, it was surreal. It was really like you were living in a fantasy. And now looking back, it was all fucking staged. It was all a fucking ploy. All those people were just fucking employees or whatever the fuck they draw you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I never saw a town change that quickly. There was something I was going to tell you. I'm sorry. The edibles hit, Professor.
You had a fear. You came here.
So when I moved here, the fear continued. And then I had knee surgery. And I was still like very fearful of things happening. I would go to restaurants, I keep my eyes open. I would always be very paranoid. When I got home, I always took a shower and washed my nostrils out. It was horrible, guys. I was living in I was old. I wanted to see this kid live, and now you're telling me I'm going to die from breathing on you? I did the knee surgery in January, right? And he kept calling me. Joey, come in. I know you're working out. I know you're doing this, but come in. We'll do some closed guard, whatever you want. Nah, coach. Thank you. And finally, he called me every fucking month. And I never ducked him. I always picked up the phone. And something in his voice, you know, come on, man. Come in. Come in at 3. When do you want to come in? There'll be nobody here. And it was September 21st, 2022. The same night The Sopranos movie, that fucking movie came out. When I walked into that fucking gym, you knew I was shitting pickles. But I remember when he got me in like a fucking side control and he was breathing on me and I'm breathing on him. And I go, if this is COVID, it looks like I'm dying because this is fucking fun. When I walked out that door, the fear was eliminated. That night, just to put in perspective to you, the fucking car didn't put me in front of the premiere. He put me on the corner and opened up the corner. So when I got out of the car, I had 2,000 people on me. And I had to walk behind the gate and security had to pull me in. Right there, I'm like, I'm going to die. If I don't die from jiu-jitsu, this just fucking got me. And then you had to wear a mask in the movie theater. That lasted 10 minutes. I'm not sitting here with a mask. So when I left that night home, I'm definitely dying. Like, I'm definitely dying. So I stopped and got pizza. I pulled the George. I stopped in the city. You know me. And it was the best wings I've ever had in my life. It was 2 Puerto Ricans guy making pizza somewhere in Midtown Manhattan. Unfucking believable. The whole ride, I'm going to die. But guess what? 2 days later, I called that dude because I knew the contact had pushed me through. The fear was gone. I was back in. When he had me in side control and shit, I'm trying to hold on to his leg. He's trying to mount. I'm like, fuck, do I miss this? And then you just pick each other up and fucking you're sweating and he tells you how he caught you. It's unbelievable. So I went back. I signed up that day. You know what? Fuck. We did like 6 or 7 privates. And I wasn't going to go back till December. And I was having such a good time that I said, fuck it. And I hurt my knee now, and I haven't been there since January. So I've been a little depressed, but, you know, I got to find other ways to use an outlet.
Yeah. He showed up, man. He came back. It's good.
Oh, and I tell people, when you want to know about a town, when you move to a town and you want to meet everybody like that, and I'm talking about connections, Jack, not some okie doke guy. Yeah, my uncle owns a club in Hoboken. I'll let you know. You know. No. I'm talking about 6-figure guys, state fucking people that you don't even know. Like that school was all Newark cops. And the Brazilian who taught it, we call him the invisible man because he'd never show up. So I used to say, you're the real master of invisible jiu-jitsu. You don't show up. He wouldn't show up. But I love him to death. He works all the UFC events. It was fun again. They had a lunchtime class like yours. 18 people at the time.
Nice.
And we would just go in there and fuck around. And it was just, it got me into breathing again. You know, it got the fear off now. And I didn't give a fuck who was choking me. I just enjoyed it. Not that I was going to pay some chick to choke me and stick a feather in my ass. I'm not ready for that yet. I got to find one of those chicks that has a chicken barn. You know what I'm saying? I still got it, Professor.
What is it like to have him in class? Does he
Man,
like I
it's the before class.
It's the before class.
I'm sitting there And he just walks up to you and then does this, you know? And he's talking to you. Before you know it, there's a little crowd. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
God, we used to rock. And then the party's over when a girl comes. That's when everybody just breaks up. We weren't laughing at his jokes.
And like, it just, I can't even imagine. Is it fun choking him out?
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to choke you out?
Because I'll crack you up. You're choking me out. I'm trying to fuck
that's
you. I
not
got
fair.
a big neck. So, yeah,
Big neck, big hands.
Yeah, so it's tough. And I'll fuck with you. Like, I'll go, don't do that. I'll fucking stab you in the lung. And they start laughing. Now I can at least wiggle out a little bit. Man. You motherfucker. The kid helped me a lot. He was a purple belt. He's a great fucking kid. You gave him a school now. He has a school somewhere.
Josiah?
Josiah.
Josiah.
He's fucking
That
good.
Filipino
he was very
white
good to me.
Kid?
Huh?
Is you Filipino white kid? Josiah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the girlfriend that was a circus. She lived in the circus or something like that. Right?
I think she was in dance. Yeah, she was a dancer. What
Not
kind of dancing? I don't know.
Not a dancer
in the
like
circus.
that.
From the past.
Her family was involved in something where she grew up. The white girl.
Yeah.
A real pretty girl.
Yeah. She was in dancing. She came to LA to become a dancer, professional.
Oh, okay. Why are you pulling my fucking leg for, Professor?
But that guy helped you out, you said?
Who?
The
Josiah,
dancer's
Josiah.
boyfriend, Josiah.
He was very patient. He let me drill with him and shit, let me get on top of him, sweating, breathing heavy, calling timeouts, smelling fungi toenail. He was right there. He was in the trenches. You know, and that's right there, that camaraderie. But even when I joined that school over here, my point was that all of a sudden, I knew where the best health food store was. All of a sudden, don't go there, go here for acupuncture. All of a sudden, bro, I'm a detective. I didn't even know you were a comedian. These guys just told me, I can't believe you spoke to me for a month. I didn't know you were a comedian. These guys always tell me, Uncle Joey. I'm like, who the fuck is Uncle Joey? He goes, you talked to me for a month. Like a gentleman. He came back, he gave me like a fight. He's the governor's driver.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, you get into a beef in Jersey, I'm your first fucking call. He brings me, like, what's that shit everybody eats? It was hot last year for a year. They take it out of the ocean and they put it into jelly, all different. Sea moss, every white kid, he got into that. But he also brings me tamales and coquito. So that's a real Puerto Rican right there. Shout out to the Boricuas watching the show.
Do you have a lot of connections? Like in LA, could you do, if you want to do something, you could call a student?
Yeah, that's it. It's the network, right? Like jiu-jitsu, like he said it, like it's the network, right?
It's a network.
Like it's the biggest network worldwide, right? Anywhere you go in the world, you got it, you know. Anything you need. Yeah, the chief of police, Burbank's training now. So, you know, just
Dog,
you know,
it's
all walks of
insane
life.
Who you're fucking with in there and who you're in a trench with and who you giggle with. And at the end, you see him run, change, and come out with a detective badge. And you're like, I was talking about weed around him. Listen to this. I got a Chinese kid in my school. And I met him on the softball field with his kids. I go to jiu-jitsu. He's a fucking purple belt.
There you go.
And all of a sudden he tells me, he goes, no, I work for the FBI, Organized Crime Task Force. I'm like, no shit. So we exchanged numbers. We're talking one day. And I forgot what his name was, but I had two of those names in my phone. I just got a pound from California. I took a beautiful picture. I had the lighting on. I took a picture of it and I sent it to him.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, he goes, Joey, that's the funniest fucking thing anybody's ever sent me. He goes, I was in a drug meeting as you sent me that. I had to hide that picture. I'll see you in class Tuesday. Duh, who the fuck knows? He's a skinny guy that has tremendous cardio, by the way. And when you roll with him, he goes, don't go for nothing. I want you to keep your heart rate at 130 and talk to me. So that's why with him, I would always roll the last roll of the day. Because with him, it's more of a cardio and he cracks you. You're not getting around his fucking legs. He's one of those, I don't know, Chinese, I don't know.
You should put like FBI on his contact or something. You should really.
I wasn't thinking, you know, who has a friend that's in the fucking FBI? Who? I don't.
Didn't last week you had someone else who was in the DEA? This is something?
We have a Cuban guy from Miami that grew up here. That's DEA. and they just re-signed back up. And we have somebody else. We have the
Oh.
cop that arrested Iceman,
It was a story you were telling.
Denise Mick's husband. He came on the
Oh, okay.
podcast.
Okay. Dude, that's crazy.
All right, so enough with the chitter chatter. What made you sit down and write the book?
I've dedicated my life to teaching and, trying to make a difference, right? And it's just another avenue to do it, share my story. You've done your podcast was the first podcast I ever did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, podcast, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, just come by, okay. With you guys.
Yeah.
And you had me talking about paddling a boat.
I remember that story
in the
about the
lagoon, and people would steal my paddle and
You got to swim back to the island?
yeah, pretty much,
What's the name of the book, Coach?
All in. And the beauty I like about the title is lessons on and off the mat.
That's it.
Because this is where the money is. I know his background, and I know that this is just beautiful picture. This is a man that fucking, look at the black eye. I haven't had one of those since Halloween, 82. You know what I'm saying?
82.
I don't. Do we want to know what happened in
He's talking
82?
about 82.
Oh my
82
god.
was rough. New York, that was
bitches. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting smacked. Rick James was running for president. Shit was crack-a-lacking.
That's a pretty cool. As much as you probably didn't like getting punched in the eye, that picture's pretty cool. Like, when you saw that picture, like, I'm fucking a badass.
It's like my life. I've always had kind of black eyes. I'm always doing it. I'm always on the mat. I'm always training. I'm always, mixing it up. So it's very fitting for the book, I think.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're in Santa Fe, summer 2004. You look very happy. I think you're with your wife. Yes. It was like the beginnings or something.
Correct.
The movie comes out after we left Santa Fe. I never went back down there. So I didn't see you. And then I heard that you were back, Justin. I saw you. I gave you a big hug. I was really excited. What made you get out of the school business at that time and put it all in for the UFC?
I moved to LA. I wasn't sure if I was going to do another school because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And, like you raise guys from day one and, to black belts. And I don't know if I wanted to do it again, And I was like, what do I want to do? I was like, well, let me finish this fighting thing. So I started fighting and I started continuing my fighting, got in the UFC, 1 fight, 2 fights, and then just kept going. And then randomly at this Muay Thai gym that I was training at, the guy asked me to do a jiu-jitsu class because I wasn't sure if I was going to do the school, right? And I started teaching a class like Orlando Sanchez, a bunch of the guys that are still training with me now were training, and they took them to a tournament and they all won. And it was so rewarding. Like I took 6 guys, like 5 out of the 6 guys got first place. And I was like, man, I have to do another school. At that moment, I was like, this is what I got to do, And so one thing led to another. I opened the school again. And that was the beginning of legacy in LA.
If I was going to your school, if I started going to your school at 13, now I'm 21, I've picked up my hands, I've had some amateur fights, I'm Armenian, I'm tough. I'm fucking tough. Those Armenians are tough. You got to punch them 3 times, and
3 times.
yeah, not once, 3 fucking times. And they better be all good. You're going to break your hand on one of them, but you better hit them again. Even if you break your hand, you better poke them in the eye. They come back. I'll never forget, I'm rolling with some guy, he's killing me at Alberto's. And the only thing I could do is hold on to his legs. But every time I go to twist him, I can't. I'm buried under him. But every time I try, I go, ooh, ooh. And I'm holding on to that pant leg. Then all of a sudden, I go, what's going on? He goes, you're pulling my hair. I love that motherfucker.
His leg hair?
Yeah, he had leg hair. And I'm holding on to the legs so you don't fucking. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm fucking this guy up. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just holding on to his leg and his neck, and he's trying to put it over me. And I'm like, fuck this. And all of a sudden he goes, excuse me, you're pulling on my hair. Oh, Berlo. And even that, the culture. Like I said, I was raised with Armenians here in North Bergen. I was tight with one of them. There was 2 of them. Both of them were fucking savages. So when I went out to LA, in fact, I told you, my Armenian drug dealer called me,
Right.
but he calls me 11 o'clock at night. I can't have that. He's all fucked up. I'm sitting here at the La Bumba Club in Las Vegas. My friend wants to talk to you. You know, come on, bro. It's 11 o'clock at night watching the honeymooners. When did you start writing the book, Professor?
It was Anthony.
Yeah?
So his mom did an interview with me, and just randomly, like a blog. That's how I started. And then some years passed. She's like, "Listen, I can't stop thinking about it, but I'd love to do a book with you." And that's how I started. And I said a quote in there, like all in, like I committed to doing this jujitsu thing, and I was like, she had never written a book before, and I was like, let's do it, And it took 5 years. She wrote it, scratched it, started again 3 times until until we got it, and here it is, 5 years later, all in.
When you decide to be all in, what is the feeling that you have right at that point? When you look at something like I did and go, guess what? I got nothing else.
That's it.
And you looked at it and go, I got nothing else, but I've been doing jiu-jitsu for fucking 10 years and I'm a black belt. I got something going on. So it's the same thing. When you look at an opportunity, now you're teaching, and one day you have the opportunity to open up a school and do this, and you know it's going to fucking change your life. But part of you's a fucking pussy. And you're like, you know what? I'll just keep staying in my mother's basement. It's all going to work out. I'll get my own piece of property when she dies. Well, how do you know you're all in? Like, do you remember that feeling of being fucking humiliated, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, like think about my beginning stories, my origin stories. Like I lost a lot when I first started competing in jiu-jitsu. I was good, I was tough, but I don't know how to compete, and I put all of myself into competing and trying to be the best. And I lost for like 3 years straight, every tournament.
How many tournaments in 3 years?
Like 13.
Damn.
And that was a lot. I was sleeping in airports. I didn't have a lot of money. So it was like I put everything into it. And every time I lost, I had to come back and tell everybody, yeah, I lost, sorry. And I kept going. I shook it off, kept going. And I think it's those the people ask me, what are you most proud of in your journey? Like winning this, doing that. I'm like, well, man, not quitting those 3 years. And because when I finally won a tournament, I was one of the best like blue belts in the world. And I kept that all the way to black belt. And I would never have known that if I would have quit and stopped.
A long time. So you wouldn't lose every match, but you wouldn't win a tournament.
I would lose either first or second match. Brutal.
And you went back to train on Monday morning like it was nothing. Like, that's it.
You
It's
know,
a new week. That was
my
last week. This is this week, motherfucker.
yeah, at
I
my
think you
pity
start
party.
breaking down the weeks, just give you, because you know if you break the month down, the whole what happened last week and what's going to happen in 6 months, you're going to die. Pretty soon that's going to eat your lives. You know what? When you're a savage and you're going for it, I only drift coast to coast, Sunday to Sunday. You want me that day, call me that week, motherfucker. This is coast to coast. And every day you got to get up enthused. You know, especially when you open up a school and you got mouths to feed and a wife and blah, blah, blah. And especially now, I can't imagine what it would cost to. I see these schools that are opening and they look like fucking fountains of youth. Who sank $8 million before the school even opened? Good luck recouping your fucking money. Good luck. Whatever happened to just the garage, dope it up a little bit, put a hole in the fucking door, cover it. In the winter, cover the hole. In the summer, open it up. Let's get some oxygen in there. Mats, mouth to mouth, one of those heart. And that's it. Let's get this party started.
Yeah.
$85 a month, and we're flying through the air in this bitch 6 days a week. But now you're paying for, I got to walk stairs and ring a bell and fucking bow. And it's jiu-jitsu. What's all the drama for? I don't care if you wear a mock, because when I first joined, I was really fat, so I had to buy a judo gi. And after like 3 weeks, I'd walk in there like the fat guy and enter the dragon and shit with a judo gi on.
You were doing Joey karate skits when I saw you at Justin Fortune's.
Yes.
In the back.
Yeah, with that crazy Brazilian guy, Alibaba. No, what's his name?
Renato.
Yeah.
Renato?
He opened up a school in
No.
fucking Orange County. Oh, come on, man. He fought Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, I'm bad with the names today.
There's a
Forgetting
name. His
everybody.
nickname is a Cuban saint. And I keep forgetting them now, like both their fucking names. Come on, guys. Nobody
It's not, and I'm sure it's wrong. It's not Jenna Jameson's ex-husband, right?
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
Brazilian, yeah.
Oh,
Brazilian
Brazilian.
guy.
Okay.
Orange County, Brazilian, MMA.
Babalu.
I believe.
Babalu.
That's a real person?
Yeah, I had a
Shout
guy
out to
pay him
Babalu.
$10,000 to choke me on camera. Bro, my neck wasn't right for 4 weeks. I had like a cocaine twitch. I was like one of Rick James' fucking girls in this documentary. You see that documentary? Every woman has a twitch. One's got an eye patch. It's not good. You know what I'm saying?
And wait, who got paid what?
Some MMA listen, man.
Paid you $10,000?
Listen, I was living in a 1-bedroom with 10 cats. And I did a Joey Karate video or 2. And it was like, so I had this martial arts new league that would compete with the UFC. And I just threw a number at him. 10 grand. They're like, okay. And they're like, if you get Renato Babalu, we'll pay you an extra 10 grand. Done. Call his agent. We did it and we choked me out at, I didn't go to sleep or nothing.
He was in
just
the
had a choke
UFC
on
at the
Joey
time,
Karate.
right? He was in the
What's
UFC.
that?
He was in the UFC at the time.
Yes.
Babalu, he was fighting for the title, I think, even.
He had already lost the title. Like
Okay,
he had
okay.
lost that fight against whatever. This had to be, yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos of you. I haven't seen that.
Dog,
I wonder if that's even out
that's
there.
We got to look
At
it up.
least-
huh?
they wanted to, they threw in like it was nice, dog. I was starving. Me and my wife were starving.
Dude, 10 grand to get choked at one time?
Huh?
That's it? Just one time?
Oh, no. You know Uncle Joe.
Oh, they choked you at a bunch?
You know, yeah, I got them like for 5, and then they wanted me to go to Vegas for their first show and fucking do this and wear a costume and fly out of a drum. And I had some fucking coke dealer calling them back, asking them for a bump. Give me 2,000 more. And the guy fucking came to the agreement. And 2 weeks before, he sent me a fucking thing. We can't get financing from Japan. We're gonna hold off on the project. I already have a deposit. You know what I'm saying? So I cashed it and everything was beautiful. All those people were popping out of the woodwork when you shot videos in 2001, 2002. But I don't want to interrupt Professor. Hit me, dog. Where were we here?
What's that?
Where were we here?
Where what?
Where were we
What
here?
were we
We're
talking
here,
about?
man. I'm all over the place.
Well, you're talking about being,
Babalu getting choked out, Joey
That's when I saw you
Karate.
again. Yeah, that's when I saw you. And Justin Fortune.
Just unfortunate, that's right.
Oh, shout out to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Still
Manny
there.
Pacquiao's
Fucking-
boxing coach, yeah.
yeah, still there telling people to get
Yeah.
the fuck out of my gym. I
Yeah.
fucking hate you.
Yeah.
you were talking about coaching, and I haven't read the book yet, but when you win, when you're fighting versus when like someone you're coaching wins, does it feel better? What is one cool? Like, what is it like?
It's different, right? It's
Yeah.
different. Feels better. I think in a way it's like more rewarding when you help somebody, win.
Right.
Because it's bigger than yourself, right? And when you, of course, like when you fight and you compete, like hopefully you tap at something bigger than yourself, like you represent your coach and your teammates and stuff. You tap into that. But I think it's different, but they're both rewarding. But like I think it's bigger, when you coach somebody. For me, at least it is.
When you were getting all this together, what's one of the biggest struggles you went?
Biggest troubles for struggles.
All the jiu-jitsu schools and all this, that you do because
I think my
you're
whole
very-
life, right? Competing, fighting, was always chasing something. We talked to like someone some months ago too. Oh, you're busy. I'm always chasing something, right? And I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis, and this month is MS Awareness Month. I didn't pass my last fight medical, so I did my fight in the UFC. Fights in the UFC 2007. 5 years later, I didn't pass my fight medical, and I had these lesions in my brain, and they, treated me like my life was over. I was going to be in a wheelchair, this and that. And the silver lining is that it forced me to slow down, and really enjoy every moment with my kids, with my family, with friends, and just be present, not be chasing like the next thing. And I remember my wife was asking me like, are you going to be happy when you do this, when you do that? And I was like, yeah, I'll be happy when I do that, when I do this. And she's like, well, happiness is a choice. You can be happy, doing nothing, right? And so it really forced me to slow down and just be more present. And it's made me a better person.
You have how many children? 3?
Three beautiful, amazing kids.
Amazing. I knew them when they were
Yeah,
right?
That's
you know.
right.
And then
Before we had kids, even.
yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, that little gym. And then you had like a kickboxing back there, and then it started adding. And then you built a tack fit in the back, which we'll get to in a minute. And then this tropical smoothie place. Then there was a balloon shop in the corner of the
Jungle
jiu-jitsu
Cafe.
school where they sold balloons, the white belts, when they came in. I'm just teasing. Professor's a fucking gangster, man. And you sit there and watch this shit happen. Like I was telling somebody, like it's very weird to talk to somebody, like young comics. They come up to you, blah, 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 and they're like, well, how long did you think? It's 10 years, whatever the fuck it is, you know? It's that journey, and it all comes together at some fucking point. And for you with the MS, come on, man, God bless you. There's people that got MS and tap the fuck out. Never mind open up a smoothie shop.
Yeah.
You know, teach tactical fitness classes. And that's where your strength comes from. You get up every morning. Dog. I don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah.
They should have sent you to Vietnam, right? They should have
Yeah.
sent you to Vietnam. You'd still be here with a missile hand.
Yeah.
Fucking
Do
teaching.
it or die trying, you know, like do everything I can do. Yeah, life's short, man. I'm ready to live my best life. I don't know. It's life is short.
We're back, bitches. Professor Alberto Crane's here dropping knowledge. Glendale, Pasadena, Burbank, fucking, where else?
Malibu.
Cosmetic Pan, wherever Khabib is from. He's got a school everywhere. Give me a date. Give me a town. I'll give you a school. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Don't you have a pizza place?
Pizza place?
Yeah.
I'll say Jungle Cafe. That's close
Okay.
to
I thought you
pizza.
got a pizza place too.
S.B, the photographer. He's got a pizza place. What up, though? Shout out to him. And yeah, we
Listen,
got
I
a
love
cousin. We got a
Armenian.
cousin. We got a
I don't
cousin
know.
too.
Some character in the room said this before.
Little goat.
Okay. Armenian pizza. I love Armenians. I love fucking Armenians. You know, like Coke dealer, your family. I love them. I goof around with all of them. I call them Habib, but no. What do you call asshole? Not the asshole when somebody's an asshole. Habush. Habush. I call people habush. The only time I got pissed off was when I walked into the Armenian pizza parlor in L.A. under desperation. They got a box of pizza sent to them with the slits already in them, and they just put the cheese on them, and they fucking threw it in there. And you could taste that it wasn't. There's something about food that's made together, and there's something about, like my wife's lasagna. She can't do it. You know, she's not Italian, dog. She tries. It's still that prison lasagna. No matter what she does, I can pat her on the back. I can hug her.
Lasagna.
It ain't gonna work. It's prison lasagna. It's
What
either
does that
good or
even
bad.
mean?
If you're starving or you want to kill yourself. I love my wife's cooking, but her lasagna just don't fucking cut it. And I love her. I love her to death. She's American, Indian, and Irish. What the fuck does she know? What expectations do I have? Anyway, I forgot where I was going with this story. That's what I'm talking about. I can't remember shit. That morning,
Perfect.
I could talk to you here about concerts, people I mugged, what I did with the money, where it's hidden. It's hidden under Lee's mattress. He don't know about it. I got an eye on my money and his money at the same time. Anything happens, I pull the plug and I send Netanyahu an email where Lee is. With
It's supposed to be a secret. I'm trying to remember how you got there.
where?
From oh yeah, yeah, thank you.
That pizza was god awful. God awful. That pizza in Burbank, Mr. Pizza on the
Mr.
corner.
Pizza.
Oh my God, I went in there one day. It was just bread, a little bit of sauce, and a ton of cheese. I mean, like they just put a bowl of cheese in that motherfucker and selling it with a straight face. Come on, guy. I just go to Joe's. Before I left, that's all I would go. Joe's in Hollywood Boulevard. We would just pull over on a Tuesday like pimps, fuck parking. Me and Lee would, that's the night he fucking was high and he kept eating the crust.
Oh my
And
god.
he looks up and he goes, I love it when the crust is crispy.
I did.
He stuttered and everything. He wouldn't look up with both eyes. Like he was like when my kitten, I had a kitten that would look at you with the pizza and growl at you at the same time.
Oh yeah, don't take that crust.
Fucking 10 pounds. He's growling at this fucking 18-pound gorilla.
But there's Brazilian pizza, right?
Brazilian pizza, they put ketchup. You put ketchup on it.
Now, unless you want to go on the witness relocation plan, you saw Henry Hill. They put ketchup on egg noodles. And
Just saying, you know.
Yeah,
it's
you
pizza.
give it a
but
try, Lee. George, give him the history. That's your assignment for the week. You get an extra 50 this week. Fucking, yeah, no, I want to hear about Brazilian pizza, the brothers, the chain, how they ended up in fucking Newark. Ironbound. Yeah, Ironbound is great. But, Professor, I got to ask you a question before we move on, because this is MS Awareness Month, and I'm interested. You know, I knew what was going on with you when you got the prognosis or whatever they call it. Prognosis. You know me. I didn't go to med school.
Same thing.
I cut class that Tuesday. When you got the
diagnosis,
what did you feel in your heart?
Well, they treated me like my life was over, and then I was going to be in a wheelchair, and showed me like the drug catalogs, asked me what did I want to take. I kind of was in shock, and then I guess just like in martial arts and fighting, like you kind of don't accept defeat, you know. And I don't want to be a victim and cry and oh my god, you know. Okay. What's the solution, right?
Well, can we back up for like a quick second? Why did you go to the doctor? Like, what were you seeing that
every 5 years in Nevada and in California, they make you do a brain MRI for your fight license. And so 2007, I did one because I was fighting in the UFC. 2012, I was going to fight on a local card. And so they made me do a brain MRI.
Oh, so you weren't seeing any symptoms yet?
I had symptoms when I think about it. Like there was numbness in my body. I just thought I was, a lot of years of being hardcore and cutting weight and, doing stuff that, it's hard on the body, right? Stress, whatever. And
so you got the MRI and that's when they told you?
They said we found you had lesions. They actually had lesions in 2007, but it grew a lot. And they said we need to do more testing. We can't let you fight on this card. So they called me in the day before the weigh-ins, and then they said, hey, we can't let you fight. We need to do more testing. And so I came in and did more testing. I didn't let them do a spinal tap. They did everything else, and then they it looks like you have multiple sclerosis. They work with the best brain doctors supposedly from USC and all that, and they diagnosed me with MS.
You once told me something that I believed right when you told me. You said that you doing jiu-jitsu helped with your MS. And you were trying to get other people with MS to show up, that you put them together nicely so everything worked. Do you still believe that today?
It's the people, Look, we're hanging out, we're having a good time. I'm happy, I'm happy. Kevin, I got Lee, we're hanging out, we're doing positive things, it makes me feel good. I think we're energy, right? We're mainly energy. Like if you look at an atom, we're 0.00001 like mass, like the nucleus, and the rest were energy. So how you feel, it's got to matter, right? And I love jiu-jitsu. I love the people that I have in the gym, the community, and so it makes me feel good. So it's got to help. It's got to help. I know it helps. I know it's got to help. I know it helps.
Do you show up at all these benefits for MS at all? And
here and there, I do an event, like this, like you said, this month is MS Awareness Month. So we thought it was fitting to kind of release the book this month. Christina Applegate, she came out with her book, she talks about her issues with MS, and there's quite a few celebrities that they're dealing with stuff.
The other girl that we spoke about, really pretty girl from
Married with Children.
No, the one from with Justin. She made that movie with Justin Timberlake and the fucking girl from Buffy, and not Justin Timberlake, the guy that ended up marrying.
Selma Blair.
Selma Blair. And I remember I saw her report on one of the TV shows, and I spoke to you about her. How you're a fucking savage, Professor.
I mean, it can be a scary situation, but if you're in a fight, if you're on the mat, right, and you're training with somebody, you're gonna panic, and what's gonna happen if you panic and oh my god, it's over. Like it's over. It's not over. So I guess I choose to to find a way, find a way to win. And I had it's in my book too. I my first thing was like, can I ask the doctor at the time, can I still do jujitsu? And he said, yeah, there's no hits to the head. And so I said, okay, cool. And so I signed up for a tournament, and I did one. It was in Vegas. Did two, and I ended up going on a world tour all around the world, like the Amazon, Europe, Middle East, Asia, like world tours, And I had like a moment where actually I had food poisoning, and I competed, and I ended up getting choked out, and I ended up like throwing up after my first match, and I couldn't eat. I felt like I had the flu, right? I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink anything. And the first guy I went against, where I threw up after the match, he's like, "You do the open weight," and because there's three guys in the division, the master divisions, and they're smaller, right? I qualified because I didn't throw up on the mat to do the open weight, yeah. And so I did the open weight, and he's like, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, and I was like, okay, like, am I gonna? Well, at first I was like, am I gonna stay here, compete, or am I gonna feel sorry for myself at the hotel? So I decided to stay, and I was sitting there waiting for a match, maybe about an hour and a half, and started to say to myself, I believe in my technique, and it started to make me feel good, and so I kept saying it again and again and again, and went out there after about an hour and a half, and won my first match, won my second match, my third match, and then even did a couple more matches without food, without drinking water, because you feel like you have the flu, right? And after that day, like I knew I could win. Just the power of the mind. It showed me the power of the mind, like my thoughts, how I think. It showed me the power of the mind, and I just needed to know how I could win. And my next chapter was, finding like tactical fitness, just the type of training, applied neuroscience. And that was kind of like the path, it was like the next chapter, and finding the solution. And, I've gone down this rabbit hole of recovery, and just trying to understanding the body. Like I did like a human dissecting a cadaver, like a dead bodies and stuff, just to try to understand what is a nerve, what is a ligament, what is a tendon, what does it feel like, how does it work, like what is a nerve? You tell me, what is a nerve, right? It's like liquid. It's like pudding, And so movement, like your thoughts, when you're stressed, when you don't have mobility, things tighten up. And then this signal doesn't get to the area. So all these things kind of come together, right? And the more your body responds, it releases hormones. And then because of the hormones, things work better. You know what I mean? So it's all connected, right? And so I just started to go on this rabbit hole of just trying to understand the body, so I could find like solutions and find ways to, to do it. And so the movement part for me definitely was tac fit, and like connecting my breath, the structure in the body, you start to learn about structure in the body, right? Breathe your breath, connecting your breath and all that. And then the quality of the movement and all those things kind of lay down like myelin, which is like the rubber around I'm not losing you guys, but
No.
the rubber around like the electrical wire, right? So if you don't have that rubber on that wire, the signal's not going to get to the area. And so that's what happens like with MS is your immune system attacks your myelin sheath, right? And so the signal doesn't get to the area, and that's why people end up in wheelchairs, and things like that happen where you can't talk, you can't walk. And so I just went down this rabbit hole, and that's been like part of my movement practice, at least, And then of course how you eat matters. The people you hang out with, like you laughing, you're having a good time, you managing your stress, right? And I think even if you don't have MS, right, we should all be living that life, And that's kind of the MS has kind of helped me guide me in that direction. Less is more, doing less, is choosing to be more present, and just make me a better person, overall.
One of the things from your book I liked were lessons on and off the mat. And I tell people this all the time. I was never going to be a world champion, but the lessons, like I joined jiu-jitsu, and within weeks I knew how to lose weight. I knew I had to fucking go to a hypnotist to learn how to breathe. I had to get nose surgery. You find out all these things about yourself. One of the first times I rolled, the guy mounted me, and I had to run out of the studio, take my gi off, and my pants off right on Burbank Boulevard, take my dick out and piss. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to fucking die.
Yeah.
And that makes you go home and think about a lot of fucking things. You know, that makes you go home. And the mat for me was, like right now, if you're over 50, you're getting ready to retire, go to fucking jiu-jitsu. Don't ask questions. Go once a week until you retire. By that time, you get a little white stripe and you go again. These guys will fulfill your fucking every need. From the minute you walk in there to the minute you walk out, they're fucking carrying your bags. They're fucking gentlemen. You know, all the other gentlemen, we would always
Savage,
help them.
Alan Savage, he's
Fucking
80
Savage.
years old, right?
Look, I would look at Savage and fucking walk by him embarrassed. Like, you're 53, Joey. Fucking Savage was 76 at the time.
Yeah.
He was there at 9 doing something. Then no gi. At 10, he was choking some guy. And then from 11 to 12, he'd be fucking doing things with a dummy. He used to bring a fucking lunchbox like he was going to the beach for 3 days. His meals were broken up into 3. What he ate when he got there, what he ate during. You know, you'd be rolling with him. All of a sudden, he's like, hold on, I got to eat my carrot and a half. You know, like shit like that. But that's why he's 78 on the mat. And that's how you have to be. The guy weighs, I mean, you know,
135.
you throw your leg up, he flies in the air. So you got to be careful with him because he's frail. But just the fact that, you know, I know people who, their dads are at home watching fucking daytime television. And here's this fucking guy at 9 in the morning doing some club. What's at 9?
There's a tackfoot. There's a 10 o'clock. There's a no gi, but he's there by himself.
Right. I'm
Training with
you.
the dummy. Sometimes cones, like street cones, or whatever is there. He's grabbing. He's moving. He's doing it. He's running laps and on the mat in circles.
He ain't gonna live forever, but he's gonna die with a fucking smile on his face and not in the hospital.
Yeah.
And it's not the fucking jujitsu and the arm bars. It's about the warmth. You get that warmth later on that you really need. And I'm not talking about, I'm not gay. Fresh is not gay. All right. This ain't about being gay. Just the fact that I know that man could kill me. Just the fact I know if Lee gets on top of me, he could kill me. Yeah, in class, he's getting me in an arm bar or, you know, he's trying to omoplata. On the street, Lee would fucking kill me. I know this for a fact. When McGregor, I was at your school when McGregor fought Nate Diaz. And I would fucking get beat up, but I'd sit there for 45 minutes watching his black belts. In fact, you took pictures with a guy last week that was my all-time favorite black belt, the artist. You were at his art studio here.
Oh, Johnny.
He used to wear a hat and come to the overclass.
Johnny,
He used to beg me, please. And I go, Johnny, I get off a fucking plane at 10. You guys are doing Sunday at 8. There's no, who the fuck is up at some? Bro, I went to that class. He was one of those guys that you thought you were about to kill him, but then he put you in a trap and he held you there for fucking 18 minutes. And you're like, how do I get out of this? He's like, I'm not going to tell you shit. You're going to get out of it yourself. And he would pull the strap a little harder. You don't even know what strap it was. You didn't even know. He would get his fucking sleeve. He would take my sleeve and put it between his fucking legs. I couldn't get it out. He would just trap my fucking things. It's not about the trap or any of that shit. It's at the end. I drop on top of him. Even though he could kill me, I give him a hug. It's 2 men sweating or a female sweating. And you get up and you're like, Joey, you almost got me with that thing. Your weight's getting better, Alberto. That fucking anaconda choke. Holy shit. Thank God I put my knee in your eyeball because I would have never got out of that, you know, because I had a cheat against Mr. Professor. Professor, I know would kill me. And just knowing that, walking the streets now, that you're looking at people, you don't know if they're a purple belt. That nerd you see with the glasses that ain't jumping up and down at the club, everybody's taking Instagram pictures, they all steroided out with the gold chain. That skinny guy would take 3 or 4 of those guys and choke them out within 2 minutes. And that's the humbleness you get when you walk into a jiu-jitsu studio. Right or wrong?
Yeah, that's 100%. 100%.
And that was what I got in that school. It makes you want to come back. The addiction is in arm bars. The addiction is a camaraderie that you don't find anywhere else, that you have to pay for to have this camaraderie. You're getting to roll. You're a blue belt. You're getting to roll with a black belt who's going to smash you, but he lets you work. And at the end, the last minute, he fucking, you feel your eyeballs coming out of your head. But after he gets out, he fucking tells you, this is how I got you. This is what you're going to do next time. You fucking barely breathe. This guy will throw you back on his back and fucking, this is what you got to do. Put your hand here. See how easy this was? And that's the camaraderie you're never going to get anywhere. And then next thing you know, you're next door eating a smoothie. That's the shit you did when you went to high school and played basketball or football afterward. 8 guys go next door and sit, and that's what you provide. And that's if you walk into a lot of jiu-jitsu schools, they don't have that. When you were there, you were confident because at lunchtime there were 3 nurses and 2 doctors. I knew I wasn't going to die. 3 Filipino nurses, bad motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? The little chubby brown belt, he's now a black belt. That was my brother, shout out. He would come. Ron. And then the woman who was a purple belt.
Jeanette.
And Jeanette.
And then black belt now, yeah.
There was the thin guy. How you doing today, Mr. Diaz? He was the thin guy. That
Gus.
He came in with a bag 10 after 12.
Gus,
And then he became Superman.
Almost.
He came in with these greasy glasses. I'll be right back. And all of a sudden he'd come back in. And it's dynamite. You're like, fuck these guys coming at lunchtime. They're eating like a cracker with a sardine for lunch, running back in their car, eating it as they get in the car. And you're like, and I thought I had a hard day. It's different, guys. And I love what you provide.
Thank you. Means a lot, I really appreciate you just being a part, those years you were.
Man, I loved all that stuff.
It's really great to just be here in your side of the country, in your neighborhood, it means a lot, really. After all these years.
People come and go. And one of the times I was really upset because, I don't go there much, but it'd be an excuse for me, was when you were in Staten Island. You're 25 minutes from me. He was 25 minutes from me, and then he's dropping all this fucking Staten Island shit, Rico Rodriguez, You talked to him yet?
Who was that?
Rico Rodriguez.
I did, yeah. He's out here now, right? He's in
No
New York.
shit.
Yeah,
Have you spoken to him lately? I get pictures from him and calls from him and chokes from him and, hey, come visit me. I'm in Newark, but you got to come through the back door and you got to hide from the landlord. You got to climb down a latch. You know what I'm saying? You're like, that's all. That last thing I want to do is get arrested for going and training jiu-jitsu. Well, he's got a lot of heart. I love Rico. Yeah. But I had no idea he was from Staten Island. And what happened, his family was Italian. They adopted him. Just fucking tremendous story. We got to get him on here, but he's got to come in with a tamer. And
he went to high school in Taunton, I think Tauntonville High School. I was Wagner High School. And his coach, his wrestling coach in high school, was also the soccer coach. I played soccer in high school. And so he was always trying to, actually Mike Bonavita that was just here, he was always trying to recruit him to train with Rico at Tottenville, to have another heavyweight to train with him, So it's like a small world, right? Kind of small world, but it's crazy that out of all the places, right? He's Staten Island. We went to high school, the same areas. UFC champion, right? ADCC champion. I
had no idea Staten Island was even involved in this game. And then my neighbor said to me, "Oh yeah, I went to high school with Rico."
Yeah.
He goes, "Let's call him up." I go, "You got his number too? Holy shit!" He gives it to everybody.
Yeah.
But Professor, I've been here for going on 6 years. We always stayed in touch. I follow your life dramatically on Facebook. That's the general pictures from Legacy. And, I follow your Instagram. And there was like a year there where I think about you, about to pick up the phone. I learned, he's in Japan with his family. Next thing you know, he's in Hong Kong, jumping out of a plane with his family. 2 days later, he's in Budapest. I was sitting in, he's in Burbank. Like nothing happened. He's at the school for the lunchtime class. And you see those for 3 days, the geese, the party at Legacy, the Christmas. And all of a sudden, he's back in Armenia teaching jiu-jitsu to fucking savages. And then, so for a while, I'm like, hey, how's he doing this? 8 schools, this. Well, one thing I know is you appointed your own trained black belts at those schools. And they know what you teach and how you teach it. And that's why you got that whole area on lockdown. And I congratulate you because I saw you in Santa Fe. You saw me when I was 418 pounds. I couldn't even take my shoes off to go into your studio. I would just sit in the corner and he would always come over. But let me tell you something. If you're a chubby dude, walk into jiu-jitsu school 10 days in a row and watch how they'll talk to you. It's no contract. Bro, get on the mat. I got a gi in the back. We got water. It's just me and you for 30 minutes. Let's do that. And by the way, that guy, like the first 20 minutes, you're like, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming. Next thing you know, you're there for 45 minutes. And he's teaching you something new and how to breathe. And now you leave and you're like, I'm not coming back. But that guy was real. That dude was real. Well, he cared for me. He was supposed to be half hour. We're here now 15 minutes on his time. He's late to go pick up his kids. That's a guy who loves what he's doing. Like, class would end at 1, and he'd make me go to tactical fitness. And, bro, my shoulders got loose. I still sweat in my mother's grave. I did it the other day. The thing you taught me to do on the plane. You sit back, you put your shoulders down, and you extend your neck. You do that 20 times. And then the other one is you take your fucking neck and touch your chin 20 times. Yeah. You told me to get up and just hold the seat in front of you and wiggle your hips and change your leg and press the calf because the calf was the heart of the lower leg. Come on, bro. Who the fuck you think you're dealing with?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They swing some club bells. You got the club bells.
Yeah. Right? No, I do the club bell still to warm up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what I know. I go on the swings, but
you're trying. You're doing it. You're doing it.
I do the stretches. I believe how much. Since then, my shoulders are a lot more. I got to warm them up. You know, like tomorrow I'll go to boxing. I'll get warmed up, and then they have a couple like 10. I'll do the swings and the fucking these things. Now they're saying if you do them to the side, you lose your side fat. So I'm getting ready for bikini season, Jack. Before we go, the name of the book is All In by Alberto Crane. Life lessons on and off the mat. I know this man personally, and I don't need to read the book. I know the story, but when I'm recovering from knee surgery, this is the first book on the list because I can't fucking go nowhere. So, All In, lessons. I bona fide, I love my books. I love this. I love that he did this, that he had the courage to do this and everything. But I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. This guy's the real deal Holyfield. Where can they find it, though?
All the platforms, Amazon, Barnes & Noble's online.
It goes on sale. Guess what? Oi, today. How do you say today in Yiddish?
Oi, yeah.
Oi, like, oi. 3 little, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Amazon, what else, my brother? Apple?
Barnes & Noble's, yeah, all the platforms.
Any audio?
It's coming soon.
Okay, who did the voice?
It's AI. I
fucked up. How AI?
Well, it's not.
You want to do it yourself?
What's my voice? It's actually, I don't know, pretty damn good. It's not done yet, so
I need for you to feel their heart.
Okay, I got you.
Whatever's written here, you have to stop for a minute and just go, fuck.
Okay.
I may do it because now you gave him something extra.
Okay.
Not in the book.
I'm gonna do it. You're right.
Fucking give you war for 3 days in a row. Things happen. Yeah, no, I did great with mine because of that reason. I did it. People are already used to you from your podcast, which you still have your podcast. Yeah. I want you to send all my love to the students, your wife.
Thank you.
Let's promote Joey Alvarado's last album. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? That's my boy, Joey Alvarado and shit, swinging kettlebells like he owes me $22. What do you got left, dog? What do you got this year?
This Wednesday, we're with Pedro, I think in Garfield, New Jersey. Okay. Friday and Saturday, I'm with Jessimae Peluso in Fort Worth.
Look at you and shit, taking it back to Texas.
And then first and second at Uncle Vinny's.
Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant. Forget about it. Me, I got, oh, shit. I'm doing the first April Fool's Day at West Nyack. I'm doing the 9th at motherfucking the Dojo. And then I'm doing the 15th in Brooklyn. The 18th, I'm in Nashville at the Nashville Comedy Festival. Then the 23rd of April, write it down. I'm telling you all to suck my dick because I'm having surgery. So I won't see you for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'll be busy drinking tequila with my leg up, getting a massage from a Jamaican woman, looking for a Jamaican woman. I don't care how big you are. Come over and just massage my leg. We watch CNN and, lean to the right. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the fuck they're leaning these type of days. Don't forget, seriously, from my heart, All In. Lessons on and off the mat, Professor Alberto Crane and Mex Hell, Dukes Lamar. That's it. It works. I love you guys. Amazon, right now, click it. Pre-order it. Is there a code? They get 10 cents off a gi, a hat, something.
Hit me up on Instagram.
All right, tell him that you saw him, Uncle Joey, and we'll work something out. You might not get the whole book. Like he sent me the other book. That's the book, and then he gives me a new one. I'm like, you gave me the switcheroo. You know what I'm saying? But I love you, Professor. God bless you. Thank you for being my brother.
Thank you, guys.
In studio, I got the mask on. We'll talk more about it. You know, sometimes you got to do the Zoom, but it's so fucking impersonal. If you're willing to come in, you don't give a fuck about COVID, whatever. You come in, we talk like men. My brother, Professor Extraordinaire, community leader, Mr. Alberto Crane. What's going on, brother?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Always good to see you. Great
Always
to be here.
good to see you. I've been watching, you know, when I was going to your jiu-jitsu program, you introduced me a lot to tactical fitness, little things. And one day something occurred that made me go, wow, there's something to this. Every exercise. So when this break came, I started hitting bags and shit in my backyard, but my stress level was so hard. My fear had gone into my psyche that something made me use the club weights. I went to kettlebells and my back hurt. Started doing club weights, and then I just started breaking my wrist and moving my neck around how you told me to do it in the front seat of a plane, and moving around and just move your wrist, and it was just seemed interesting. And I got into you. I got into Rob Miller at 9, but he's swinging like fucking Mickey Mantle bats and shit. You know, he's got like this bat that you got to hit like a gorilla with it to kill him.
Jeez.
You know, like they're like 85-pound bats. Robs, give it a minute. Lighten up with the pasta. And then Andy Galuk, the guy that teaches kickboxing, I don't know what planet he's on. He disappears. He's throwing kickboxing, and then he just disappears. There's a skinny white guy comes into the picture. But the only guy who's really laying down the tack fit is you. And I called you and I said, I appreciate what you're doing, because I got so sick of doing kettlebells that I started doing the swings,
the club belt,
right?
the swipes, yeah.
And then I started doing a real barn burner with the 50 between your legs, swing up, squat,
shoulder park squat, yeah,
squat up. And I started doing those things, 20-minute timer, keep going. Then I throw the kettlebells in, a farmer walk, couple cleans, maybe some high pulls with a 45-pound kettlebell,
Nice.
Bent over rows, end up with some curls, a lot of stretching. And that's good enough. You know, you don't freak out at night. That's better than nothing. So I've been calling you, torturing you about your videos. Stop looking at the fucking camera, you fuck. Because he teaches something, and look, what are you looking at? This ain't Jack LaLanne. Did you ever see Jack LaLanne look at something? No. You could have showed Jack LaLanne 18 black pussies. He wouldn't have stopped. You don't stop. You keep going. But then he kneels, they look, and I'm like, Alberto, you're killing me. I'm in the room. I'm trying to burn calories. I'm a fat fuck. So I called you up, and we were talking, and you said that you had this thing coming out, you wanted to come on. And then we spoke about COVID, and you said to me,
yeah, I tested positive for the antibodies, right? So
when did you do the test?
When?
When?
So I did it maybe like this last month.
And what it made you? What
Just
made
wanted
you
to
go
know,
down
you know,
there?
I got sick like in January, February.
Yeah.
So I got really sick, and when around the gym, everybody had this like dry cough. It seemed like all the symptoms that everybody had. So just for peace of mind, I wanted to know. And so, you know, I went to this place, they do the antibody testing, and I tested positive for all the antibodies, meaning that I had it, you know. Well, you know, who knows, right? Who knows? Because who knows how accurate they are? They're always changing the opinions, right? And then the interesting thing was that they said a third of the people that have gone in there in LA have had it, you know. Have had it, like
Did they stick that thing all the way up your nose?
No, it's a different one. It's a blood test.
Oh, I don't like that thing.
Yeah. So they do the blood test, and so they just see.
What is stick the needle?
What's that?
What is stick the needle?
In your arm, or wherever you want. Maybe
your finger.
No, they take out like a.
No, they need more than just like a tiny little bit.
Yeah, more than the.
See, as soon as I see any vaccines, I'm willing to die. I don't want no needles. You understand me? I don't want no. I know that this means a needle. Now I got a new Chinese doctor. I got to argue with him. You know, Dr. Wuhan. I got to fight with him because my old doctor retired. So now I'm gonna go down there because I don't mind needle. I worked myself up to give blood from the arm. Everything else is bullshit. If you give me a shot in the ass, I got anxiety. And once you shoot that muscle in my arm, I see fucking stars. So the tetanus shot, you don't see no bats biting you. Like, you might get it. That's great. But I don't hang out with bats and fucking raccoons. I'll break up.
Every time Lee laughs, the mask covers his eyes.
Please.
I'm just imagining him actually having this conversation with his doctor.
This motherfucker hides food in his mask. You gotta see him. You got a cookie in
It's a
his
long
mask
day.
the other day. So I don't like none of that shit. So the tube in the nose, that shit drive me crazy.
Oh yeah.
Was your wife asymptomatic?
Yeah, she didn't get sick. The kids didn't get sick. You know.
Were they asymptomatic also?
Yeah, they didn't have any. They didn't get sick.
So
Nobody
there's-
got sick in my house.
I think there's two different things that we're talking about. You had the antibodies, which means you had it.
Right.
So
So
then
they
there's asymptomatic, which means you had it, but you didn't get sick.
Okay.
Right, so you can have COVID, right? Supposedly, who knows, right? With all the information, like back and forth information, but
Right.
you can have symptoms or you cannot have symptoms. So what they said actually were a third of the people that have gone in have tested positive for the antibodies, meaning that they had it. Some had no symptoms at all. Some had some, and some got pretty sick. Yeah.
And can you get it again or no? What do they say?
I don't know. They
Okay.
keep going back and forth.
Nobody
right? Who
really knows anything. I'm just
The
really-
vaccines might work. You got to wait for the vaccine, but we don't know if it's going to work or not, right?
You were
So-
traveling a lot for a while towards the end of the year.
I went to in January. I went to London. And there was
Oh.
like 1,000 people there. I went to a conference with 1,000 people. I was shaking hands like crazy.
And then where else were you before London?
I went to Brazil in I think in February.
And that's where that got invented. That's what invented. Brazilian was on the phone with Lujan when they invented that shit.
Man,
Because it's going off from Brazil.
I mean, who
And they keep
knows?
wrestling.
Who knows? Well, who knows what's really going on? Because I have so many friends in Brazil, and like it's like at this point, it seems like it's very like political. I don't know what's going on. That's the truth, right? But like my friends in Brazil, like in the cities, like the bigger cities, there's like Rio. I have a lot of friends in Belo Horizonte, which is the third largest city, and the hospitals are empty there. And the major city is São Paulo, and the other parties there, so they're kind of hype. It seems like they're hyping it up. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm sorry, if I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody.
That's the way everybody is.
But I don't know. I don't know if I can believe it or not. And at this point, after these many months, the fact that we're questioning what's going on, I don't know, it makes me kind of like think twice. Like what's going on, right? What's going on? Like in Georgia, like I saw that the governor is allowing people to train jiu-jitsu and train again, and so I don't know what the right thing, or I'm definitely being careful and trying to do my part. I was one of the first guys to close up my gym right before it was mandated, because I thought that was the right thing. But I don't know, it's a difficult situation, right?
I mean, that was my second big question to you was, jiu-jitsu is the opposite of social distancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a tranny is the opposite of transgender. A guy puts mascara on and a wig, different story. You go to a farm, get your dick cut off, and walk around, then come see me. You know what I'm saying? But,
I love this analogy.
what's, what is the plan for jiu-jitsu?
Good question, right?
Well, here's what's going to happen, Alberto. This is what's going to happen unless if you guys let it. Or if Alberto, being the businessman that he is, does not allow it. You got two options. You got to get on the phone with Cabrini, Hegan, his brother, and say, look, we got to put together something. If all four of us get together, we got to put together something. As you and I know, as in the comedy world, the egos of B won't let that happen. So Alberto has to worry about his children and his wife and his kids. I heard this rumor that this will work. Okay. So, white belts come in. I saw GSP defeat George Serra. I want to be a white belt. Okay. You come in, you start in the back room, and you have to bring a COVID test from your doctor. I mean, that's basically it, You have to have a special guy that comes in at night and sprays that stuff. Now, that's an extra cost out of your pocket into your pocket. But as far as the guys, you have such a great Nick community family. They'll listen to you. Now, I'm going to say this to you and wink at the same time. I'm the health inspector. I'm walking in there right now, and I'm going, okay, first technical fitness. Just like that park, we're going to put circles. Yeah, but I got 32 students in this circle. You could either have 15 in this class or you go fuck yourself. So add a second class, okay? Then they're going to go into the jiu-jitsu room, and they're going to go, you and I both know that. Social distancing and me trying to get you in a fucking Ezekiel is too big. I'm breathing, I'm sniffing, I'm fucking farting. That's the whole thing. How can we settle this? Well, again, all my students have to get COVID. You gotta hire a Chinese guy, not a white guy, not an Armenian guy,
Not an
a
Armenian
Chinese guy to check the temperature at the door.
Yeah, we got a temperature checker.
Because these motherfuckers, you and I both know that you're rolling with somebody.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they tap for something, they adjust the belt, and they go, and you're like, why did you come here? Why the fuck did you come here today? You know you're sick. Come back on Sunday. Now you 30-day suspension, Sundays only. So when that guy comes, you have to have your X's marked of what area they're going to be in, a box tape of where they're going to stay in, and now then you're going to take Marco, who's a purple belt, a mediocre blue belt, and a good brown belt, and put them together, and then alternate the white belts in, and only those guys at first are allowed to roll together for the first 6 months. If you have everybody going crazy at once, you're going to have a breakout, then they're going to shut you down, then you're going to be selling Brazilian artifacts over there. Little drums for capoeira and shit like that. You want to do that? Sell Brazilian stamps. So, like everybody I've talked to that has gyms has been a little off. I get not getting a paycheck for 4 months and paying rent and going, wow, this is costing me. But I also get opening up and getting 50% rather than 100%.
It's not even about. It's not even about the money, right? It's not even about the business. It's like it's something that's your life, right? It's like it's something that who you are, like.
Professor, I would never focus money and smoke in front of you, but you already got the COVID. Who gives a fuck at this point? You know what I'm saying? I could smoke fucking AIDS cigarettes at this point, and who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? This will be good for your lungs.
Well, do you think that jiu-jitsu is maybe a little bit more prepared? Because I don't go, obviously, but I got a notice from 24 Hour Fitness how they were going to do it. Like, you have to sign up for a certain block.
Yeah,
and
so
then they're going to clean
that's
everything.
it. We're gearing up. We're gearing up. We're gonna have everything in place. Like definitely special cleaning things.
But you guys already clean. My point was you guys already have to clean the mats a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But
Honest
just even
to God,
do some extra things.
I've been to a lot of places. Alberto Crane cleans that mat. The problem is now you're gonna have to clean it
More.
Every
You
class.
put people's those tubs around, so before people step on them.
Exactly. Already got those in
They
place.
step on tubs
Already got
with
those
the
in place.
chemicals in
Yeah,
them.
for sure.
Jiu-jitsu's gonna really, really, kickboxing, boxing is you and I together throwing punches at each other, exhaling and inhaling. Exactly what we don't want. Yeah, we could do it outside with masks on, but I walk into a gym, the door ain't open, I walk out. Door's got to be open. I'm getting letters from all these airlines lately. All of them are changing their multi-air systems. And if you have air, you don't. You got 4 fucking doors. Open them. That's fresh air.
Yeah, we got some air filters, that supposedly kill the all the antibacterial and whatever I have to look more at the science, but they supposedly really cleans the air out, you know. So just everything we can do, we're gonna have in place.
And you guys, or don't? I would imagine that when you do jiu-jitsu, you have to sign a waiver in case you get hurt.
Yeah, so we have to have special waivers, you know, COVID waivers for sure. And but the thing is, like, going back to what I was saying, like, it's not about the money. It's not about like the for sure, like, you know, yeah, like we've been closed for like I don't know how many months. I lost track of time, how many months it's been, you know. But the fact that, you know, we can't do what you love to do, and that's like who you are, like what the fuck, you know.
Like, for the last 29 years, I've been out every night. You understand me? And 10 before that, I was out snorting coke, getting syphilis, getting my dick sucked. So for the last 39 years at 8 o'clock, I'm already looking at pants, you know, looking at a shirt. How do you think I feel now? Again, for me, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm kind of happy. This is giving your body a chance to rest.
Sure.
Really see what direction you want to go.
Sure.
There has been a silver lining, but they have cut off our lifeline, which affects you every 3 days. For 2 days, I faked the funk. I'm having a good time. You know, fuck the Armenians. You know, you have a great time. And then one day you look in the mirror and you're like, right now at this time, I'd be getting ready to go to the comedy store to go, oh, right now at this time, I'd be waking up, getting ready to get on a plane. And it's real. Listen, money comes and goes. When you learn that lesson in life, that money comes and goes, this will make your situation a lot easier. You know how you're getting unemployment right now, and you're getting that 6, then they give you that 5, and you're jumping down like Led Zeppelin dancing days. You're going to have to pay back that nickel. I don't know if you've been told that yet. So before you spend that nickel, know that all this money is coming back, a lot of it. So we're going to have a lot of panic here for a while, a lot of confusion. But anyway, back to the jiu-jitsu schools. The Square and sign-up classes and extra classes.
Yeah.
You love it. It's in your blood. You can't even imagine not doing jiu-jitsu. It would have to be the end of the world for a guy.
Yeah, it's going to happen, you know. If I have to be a criminal and I got to go to jail, fucking arrest me, you know. Yeah. Arrest me. I'm ready. Don't take a fucking bullet for it, you know. That's how I feel.
If I saw you in a body cast, they'd just lay you in class in the middle and you just give directions. Put the leg over there. Put it over there.
I'll be doing it.
That's you.
Yeah, I'll be doing it.
And that's why you have the school you have. It's not really a school. It's a little community. You've seen people grow up there. People won world championships in there. You got the restaurant next door. It's like a little fucking hang. You got a kickboxing thing over there. You got the kettlebell. He's doing a great job. Yeah. That poor bastard, Joey Alvarado.
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I start calling him at 2, asking him to collect calls from fucking the bakery. You got to call him like at 2. Hello? Hello, is Juan there? There's no Juan here. And he hangs up on you. You ever see those things? You ever like wake up like at 4:45? You're like, man, I can't go to sleep. And you walk out, you have your coffee, you sit down, you get your notebook out, you put YouTube on. All of a sudden you go, let me see what's going on Facebook. It's fucking Coach Alvarado jumping up and down with 7 other people doing kettlebells. He says in 15 minutes, and you're like, I'll take a ride over there and do a quick 6:15 kettlebell class. And as I'm moving to the closet, I go, listen, if I was to pick up a 35-pound bar right now, the shit would blow right out of my asshole, like right out. I could not handle a 35-pound kettlebell at 5:30 in the morning. That's too much. That's dedication. And he does them every day, and he Zooms them every day, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Monday and Saturday. No.
And Saturdays. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't do his whole class. I don't do Alberto's whole whatever class. I take 2 exercises that they do that day, and I incorporate them in the thing. Some of them I can do, some of them I can't. The one I really like is going on the floor, picking up your legs and kicking up your hips. A little bit of a body burner, but not bad. I get up, I do the single, opposite shoulders, and then I take 2 10s, go up and do the finisher, but then I take 2 15s, hold it, and make sure my arms lock up, and I make sure my wrists spin.
That's it.
On the way back to put. Who do you think you're dealing with? Just because I was smoking weed, you didn't think I was paying attention.
Well,
You know, I
It's
love
like the kids.
all those.
It's all the kids. You're like, man, are these kids learning anything? You know, because you spend years with them, and then all of a sudden they know everything perfectly.
No, I do. I still do my whole ground technique. You know.
Yeah. The shin box, like the little hip thing.
The shin box, the I still do my shin box with the finishing with me on the wrist. I still got the 5 pound bat just to do the whatever. I put my back all the way towards the toilet, and I take 2 15 pounds when I'm nice and hot, and I fucking just press them with this direction. Instead of pressing overhead, I press them away, so my back is locked up into the fucking toilet. Oh, I go bananas. I've been going bananas lately because I know
You've been calling me every week, so I know you're doing something.
I know that we've lost half our movement just from our lives. I tell you what, you know when I'm the hungriest? When I do 2 shows at the Comedy Store and I leave there. I'm fucking starving. Sometimes I stop at Joe's and get 2 slices of pizza, I get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sometimes I just make an on-it smoothie, you know? And it's amazing how I don't have that appetite no more. Yeah, even because my body has slowed down. That, you know, you've had stresses in other places. Your mind is stressing. Your mind is stressing, but your body. So now it went from, I count all my points on Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
First 3 or 4 weeks of this pandemic, I was only working out 24 points. I could feel the heat, like I was going to have a stroke. And then I changed it up, and since the end of fucking March, I've been like a savage doing farmer walks, cleans. I got a bike. Let me tell you something. You watch me on a bike. With
I want to see you. I want to see you on that bike.
Oh my God!
I want to see that bike you're on.
Will pay, I like all these people who pay like $300 to see Mike Tyson on cameo.
Yeah.
I could charge a nickel to give you one ride on a bike. That'll change your life forever. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Joey on a bike. So are you optimistic about jiu-jitsu? Have you heard anything?
You know, I saw there was a post today, you know, from Hansel Gracie, and he gave a shout out to the governor of Georgia. You know, how he's the great governor and all that. And they had jiu-jitsu classes. The gyms were the first thing to open, and they have full on jiu-jitsu classes. So yes, I do believe it's going to come back because it's a talk about whether everything's essential or non-essential. If we're human. It's like happiness. It's like living, you know. Yeah. For mental health, for so many benefits. The community, you know, people like we live in this big city with millions of people, but nobody's really connected. So those things are important, man, for people to feel connected and for happiness, you know, and moving, right? All the things that we have there to stay healthy. You know, this whole fight or flight thing. Everybody's talking about like, you know, these fear things, right? But nobody's talking about what they can do to make their immune system stronger, their health, right? To if they do get COVID or they get something else that maybe it's even worse. Nobody's talking about that, so you can get over it, right? So you can take the hit and keep going, you know, and recover from it. You know what I mean? That nobody's talking about that. Nobody's marketing that. So what's going on here? Right?
Something's not right.
Yeah. At this point, months.
I'm a comic.
Yeah.
You're a jiu-jitsu professor. Lee's a fucking whatever the fuck I want to call him this week. I love him to death. We don't know what's really going on. All I know is I respect my boundaries. I wear my face mask. I do believe that in crowds for some reason, and everything I've read, it does take off. You know, places like Italy. What happens in Italy? I'm your brother. I live in the basement. You live on the second floor with your wife and the 2 kids, and on the 3rd floor, your mother and father live. So if one of them brings it home, everybody gets sick. That's why so many families were dying. That's why so many people in New York are running out of the city to buy houses in northern New Jersey, even though the suburbs are contaminated. Teaneck, Tenafly. They're contaminated. They're buying houses. They don't want to be in buildings no more, sharing the same fucking air ducts, you know?
You know, like one of the calls that we had, you were like, I think I'm not going to do comedy anymore, you know? And that,
Comedy.
I mean, that, or not comedy, but like, you know, shows or what, you know, comedy shows, right? You said something like you're upset and you kind of came out, you know? And I'm like, man, like it upset me, you know? I was like, that's bullshit, you know? It's like me saying I'm not going to do jiu-jitsu anymore. And I'm like, what's going on here, man? So much, I just feel like there's so much fear that, like, are you kidding me? Like, we're going to stop being ourselves. We're going to stop living our lives. Like, every day is not guaranteed, right? It's like every day that I live, like, I'm not going to live and be in this bubble. I'm not going to suppress my life, right? To what's going on? Like, the fact that we're questioning what's going on, like, it makes me think, right? I was like, yes, sir. I did everything. Like, I closed the gym before we had to, right? I did, you know, nothing happened, you know? But at this point, like months in, the fact that we're questioning what's really going on, I don't know, man. Is it really that bad? Like, I mean, I shared with you that my dad, you know, he's been on lockdown for the last 2 months, right? And in a nursing home, his health isn't good, so he's at most risk, right? Guess what happens? 2.5 weeks ago, my sister calls me. He's got COVID, right? Okay, he had a cough. He was okay, right? And so they brought him back to the nurse. He tested after 2 weeks. He tested negative. Okay. Then they tested him again, and he was positive again. So they took him again because he went to Vietnam. He was a Green Beret, right? So they took him to the veteran hospital, and he's in the hospital again, you know. And so he's all discombobulated, and now he has a urinary tract infection, and it's in his blood. And now it's serious, you know, and it's not from COVID. It's from the neglect. Man, what's worse, you know? What's worse? And so as soon as he gets that negative test, we're taking him out. He needs like 24-hour care, you know? And so we're gonna take him out, you know? We have to figure it out.
It's so weird how much I thought about jiu-jitsu when this whole thing started. Because it just lets you know about our human nature and who we are. So for the first week, let's say March 16th and 17th and 18th, I decided that I would go to North Hollywood Park, park my car, get out, smoke a joint, and then walk around the park. And then I started seeing something by the third day. I started seeing that even with social distancing guidelines in order, you had people still 4 feet apart. You had people still coming close to me. Plus, I was walking behind people. People would be running, and I'd be walking behind them. So I figured out, I said, you know what, I'm not going to walk here anymore because of all the breathing. And by that time, there was no masks. People were still looking for masks, whatever. I stopped going there. I don't know what the end of the point of the story was.
You were thinking about jiu-jitsu when this started?
When it started, because right away I said,
how are you going to do jiu-jitsu?
How the fuck are you going to do jiu-jitsu without breathing on somebody, sweating on somebody? So I think that there's going to be a couple states that are going to be hesitant. California might be one of them that it can't happen because California is basically the apex of the best jiu-jitsu in this country.
It's the Mecca now.
It's the Mecca
in the world.
of it. So I think jiu-jitsu schools really have to have a plan intact. Showers at the facility, you know, whatever
You're saying no showers at the facility.
Yeah.
You can't take a shower at the facility.
Whatever it takes to convince the people to open
Right.
up.
It's about making people
After
feel
a
safe.
few months, we'll see where it goes.
Right.
We also have to take a study of how many, from everybody, Marcelo Garcia, Samurai, whatever the truth, an honest assessment of how many of their students. They're big house schools like Alberto Crane. You know, Marcelo Garcia, look at his schedule. It starts at 6 a.m. with whatever, and they go till 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
So you have to assume how many people going in there, what's it going to be cut down to. You know, these are all things. And at the end, you want me to tell you what this all comes down to? Pay cut. We're getting a fucking pay cut. Life's not going to be as normal as it was. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I want to do anyway. So, stand up. I'll wait. You can't wait. If they only tell you to open up with 8 students, and 8 includes you, no parents at the kids' things either. Parents just drop them off now. Again, this is all you.
We'll
These
see.
are all
We'll
things
see.
that
We'll see. It's definitely a stressful situation.
It's stressful, but it isn't. It's stressful, but it isn't.
Well, the thing is,
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 opportunities a day to train. That's basically, and then on Saturdays it's 2, and then on Sundays it's 1. If there's a school that you want to join, you can't make an excuse up about not training there, because they start back up at 6:30 and they go till 9:30. Next thing you know, you're dancing with a bunch of savages with a string, drinking coconut water. Alberto's doing fucking capoeira. But it's such a, if you know the people from there, it's such a family, community, old school martial art. You go to most martial arts schools now, jiu-jitsu's from 11 to 1. Go there at 1:15. There's not a soul there. That does me no good. When I was a kid, Karate Man was there all day. He lived in the back. There was a little thing. You could hear him fucking the little Chinese chick he brought back from Vietnam. Because most guys that taught karate when I was a kid, they came back from Vietnam. They brought their own little China chick. They brought their own little Hunan bag back. And they would be back there fucking and sucking. He'd come out with his fucked up gi. How can I help you? First of all, by fucking washing your teeth, you smell like, no. But what I'm saying is, you have a full service place. There's times I'm going to Flappers and they're still mopping the floors at 10 o'clock at night. This isn't a guy that is a hobbyist jiu-jitsu that's Monday through Friday. He's a fireman. This is a guy that he wants you to walk in there a white belt knowing nothing. He doesn't give a fuck. That's even better. The less you know, the better. Don't tell him that I'm going to get in shape for a month. He'll get you in shape, and he'll walk you out of there black belt more ways than one, So I feel it's a pillar of the community. You have to write that all down in your pitch, because they're going to come into every business and say, this and this recommendation. And you're either going to have to take it or go, excuse me, let me explain to you what have you. I went to the University of New Mexico. My cousin's an antibiologist. He says if I spray this at night, it takes 12 hours and it gets in the nook and crannies, blah, 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 blah. Because of that, I could extend it. The tactical fitness room, instead of having 12, I'll cut it down to 8 people. And then it's your time to become Monty Hall. You got to cut a deal for every student you get, and then you adjust. I like these people. I'm going to open up even if they don't fucking do it. Okay, open up. God forbid the kid does get COVID. Now who's going to sue you? You'll be fucking teaching Japanese fucking Brazil and in Mexico with the guy from fucking the sweaty yoga place that was fingering chicks while they were doing yoga. What's his name? Bikram? That cocksucker. You'll be doing yoga down there with him. COVID yoga. Do 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
Well, I know it's not the same, but you guys have talked about it. Do you see a benefit from doing the online classes? Like maybe someone from out of town can do it, or
yeah, for sure. Like like speaking of the silver lining, like we set up a whole legacy academy on, a dot online, So we have myself and all of our like amazing coaches and professors. We have like training modules and just a library of information that they can access now, And then of course we have the whole virtual schedule with Zoom classes. He watches the Facebook Live,
And I'll torture him.
So there's no interaction. And I
You're
ignore
trolling his glasses?
I ignore the Facebook Live a little bit. So he's like, man, look at the camera, like talk to me.
Jesus Christ, smile. It's supposed to be exercise. Then he sits there and he looks at the fucking clock. Why are you looking at the, what are you, Copernicus? Get up, do a jumping jack. They can't. In between these.
He got me. So I make sure I get up and I do
He'll
stuff.
do this, and then he'll be on a roll, and then he'll do all this. And he's got me going, then he does his waist. And then it's like he forgets.
He's watching. He's not doing it. If you're doing
I'm
it,
doing it. That's why I'm fucking doing it.
he's on the couch.
I'm waiting for the next fucking move. I got to do it on my fucking laptop, the iPad. And then I thought the iPad I can get Facebook, so no. So I got to do it in my office, which is better. It works great. So at 12 o'clock, 10 to 11, I'll sit there and I'll start with him writing. Because it takes 8 minutes. You know, he's got to look around the room, make sure. Alberto, what are you
He calls me up and yells at me.
12 minutes. The first week he was doing jujitsu. I go, Alberto, why are you doing jujitsu? Who am I going to choke? The cat? He's over there. Take the arm, put it behind the leg. Who are you going to choke? Why are you doing fucking jujitsu?
And the worst part
Come on,
is
jump and
you're on
jack.
camera, so you can't ignore his call.
No, I would call him afterward. I don't do that to him. I call him afterward. Come on, jump and jack. So I started doing the squats with him. I do all my whatever with him. He still hasn't broken out the metal. I still can't last that long because he disappears. Like, Alberto, where you at? It's 12:25. You were great. We did the wrist, we did the shoulders, we did the thing, we did the back laying down, kicking, you know, we did about 10 of those kicking things like this. All right, what's next? I don't know, Alberto left. So now I got to go in the morning to see what fucking Rob Miller's teaching. Rob Miller teaches a big class, but Rob Miller's a strong guy. And he starts with these bats that fucking Mickey Mantle couldn't hold. Mickey Mantle couldn't pick up 3 of these things. Rob Miller's in there doing twit. Rob, stop. Just get a 10. Why are you making me... As soon as I feel Rob Miller, I'm like, I don't want to watch this no more. He's like superhero over there swinging another guy. Yeah. He takes text messages, looks at the Chinese girl walking across the street. Pay attention. Get on there. Do those swings so I know what I'm doing. Oh... But it's so much that you offer that in these times nobody would offer anything.
Yeah.
And
all day long we got it going on. The Zoom is nice because you can interact with people. You can be like, do this, do that.
Nah, but you don't want to interact with nobody. Just do this and shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. That's a sign right on the bottom. Either do it or go fucking hang out with P. Diddy. This is my class. Do it like this.
Facebook Live.
The only thing that you can't do, the only thing you could do with Zoom, because especially with tactical fitness, it's that an inch of the movement of the foot could make such a difference. When I swing the bats, I can just swing them. But Alberto taught me to swing them in to get that full stretch. So when I come out, I'm swinging out with my shoulders. So that's the thing where you do need just that to be there with him.
That's it.
Because after a year, if you're doing it, then you finally go see Alberto. You're like, I threw a year away from not twisting. He didn't see the twist. With tactical fitness, there's a lot of little twists and key little things. Like I warm up with the boom, with the throw out. That's my warm up. Boom. But I also focus on this. This is for a long time I wasn't focusing on this. This has to be locked.
Order position.
Okay, this has to be locked. In, push out, again. Locked. This has to be locked. I was a pussy. I would do the swings, and I kept doing 10. I go, how am I going to stay at... I'm going to stay at 10 till I'm 90. So what I did was I started getting the 15s and just making sure that I held them perfect form. Perfect form and locked my body in, breathe, let out, spin. Perfect form. The first time I did the other one, where you bow and you fucking, that's a little confusing at first. The first time you hit your ear, I don't care if you're Einstein. There's one ear bang. It's like when you do new checks the first time. First time you practice new checks, you go home with a bump. What happened? Nothing. I'll tell you at dinner. Mickey will tell you.
Man.
Oh my god! Well, I have a bunch of friends. Like I'm surrounded by people who do jujitsu. Sorry, and like a few weeks ago, I saw on Instagram that like they would meet in a garage and like watch like
Speakeasy clubs.
Yeah, like they watch videos of like tournaments and they try to recreate it.
They just meet up and they just train, on their own.
It's very interesting.
And listen, I'm not mad at people. I can't get mad at you for doing that, okay? But you're doing that in somebody's house. Obviously, you're doing it in Grandma's house. Grandma don't even know what jiu-jitsu is. She's upstairs watching Maury Povich, waiting for Oprah because she hates black people, but she loves Oprah. And you're downstairs doing fucking killing yourself, breathing. And someday one kid's going to go up there, breathe on Grandma. We don't know that Grandma had hepatitis. Whatever. I don't fucking know. Listen, why do I wear a mask? I wear a mask because I know where I've been. I've been on 2,000 flights the last 10 years. If I know, and these flights, these people should be ashamed of themselves. I've been there where people get off a plane and they will say, okay, boarding. They don't even air out the plane. You're going right back into those fucking germs.
Yeah.
So I'm avoiding everything I saw years ago, filthy. All that shit we laughed about a couple weeks ago, putting your foot on the screen. When you have your sneakers off on a plane.
Disgusting.
And you take your toe, you go on a plane with flip. First of all, if you're a man and you're a flip flop, you lost the fight against me. I don't care how many martial arts you know, because the first thing I'm doing is my gorilla heel with bursitis. I got a little bursa ball that stings you like a beehive. I will step on the middle of your foot that before you throw a punch, you will think 10 times about it. And then I will grab your dick and pull up and squeeze down at the same time. And not even Takasaki can get out of that move. You understand me? That's the old Uncle Joey Twister. Eddie Bravo could bang his head, go to Brazil. Nobody could get out of that one. You don't even know what wrist to pull on first. A foot squeezing you, and the other guy.
I think I'd go after the dick one.
And you breathing in his ear. How long do you think this is going to last before your dick gets ripped off? Anyway, I'm sorry. I get dark thoughts doing this fucking.
That's the thing, man. We gotta get back into. I don't know, man. Sooner or later, got back to what we're gonna just hide out for. What's the solution?
Well, you have a good standing with Burbank. You have a really good standing with Burbank. You're a majority business owner in Burbank. You have to sit down with your teachers tomorrow or Saturday and go, let's set the guidelines. You have to look at your schedules. We might have to add a few classes.
No, we're already on it, we
Take
already
a
have
few
meetings,
classes.
For sure.
Yeah, take a few classes off if you're not doing anything.
Oh, sure.
And it's the safety of your... I want to know...
The thing with LA, though, right? The LA County, there's not even a date for opening.
Right.
That's the crazy thing, Like, the governor is at least talking about, phase 3, hopefully, one of these days, one of these months.
But again, I'm an actor and I'm a hustler. Okay? You tell me that there's 3 kilos of our cocaine, but it's stuck in a house in Mexico. Okay? We could sit here and wait for the helicopter to come. Or, you busy?
Not really.
You busy? Let's go pick it up ourselves. Okay, so what I want you to do, or any gym owner, or any prospective owner is...
No, for sure. We're
act as if.
Yeah.
Act as if. They didn't open... I didn't say they opened up your store. Don't say Joey Diaz told you to... No. Go to your business, put some X's on the floor, take the plexiglass, put holes in it, put it over the register, leave a gap in the bottom, go for the hand sanitizer. Not the Russian one. It's already got fucking Osama blood in it. You got to get the good American one. And you got to have a plan for them. And then they'll come in and meet you halfway. At least they're not coming in telling you, I need a handicapped bathroom now for COVID people.
For sure. That's it,
What if they come in and go, not only do I need a tranny for trannies, a bathroom for handicapped. Now I need a bathroom for COVID people. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to happen.
Right, something similar.
But I want people to understand that you're just not going back. Everybody's losing 25%. You're losing 25%. If you're a wait staff, they're cutting half the tables. If you're a movie theater, they're cutting half the thing. If the Dodgers play, you don't have to sit next to Joey if he's got armpit smell. You got 3 seats. They're going to have to give it to you. And you're going to have to sign stuff. And there's going to be thermometer checks. And if you get it, do I sue Alberto Crane now? If I go to Alberto Crane school and I get jiu-jitsu, do I school up? No, that's why every city's looking for tracers to set Alberto down and go, Alberto, let's do this. When did you get off the plane from Brazil? Sunday. Where'd you go? I got an Uber. What was the Uber's name? Abdul. Where'd he drop you off? Where'd you eat dinner? Who'd you get contact with? You know, that's what's going to happen now. They're going to come back to you and they're going to really shut you down.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how you brought up the plane example. And the reason for that, I think, is because people get upset and start yelling, why is my plane late? Why is it not taking off? And, like, I think a lot of this, I blame us as people. Because I think...
That's part of the schedule, Lee. From now on, we schedule, a plane lands at 10:40. It can't take off till 11:30. There has to be a mandatory cleaning. You know not to be at the airport till 10:30 anyway. While you're fucking landing and going through your thing, they should be cleaning off the fucking plane.
Right.
But I'm talking about small business owners right now in America who are suffering. I'm suffering with you. So I'm telling you right now, did I close this fucking shop down? No. I can't do live to live. Thank God Alberto don't give a fuck. He does tack fit, and he's got an immune system of a crack hoe. He could lick a fucking sidewalk and spit in your face, and nobody's, people, if you have a business, my brother owns a framing shop in New Jersey. I love him with all my heart. I said, you're not open, but what if you went in there and sat there with one of the lights on? What if?
I know lots of people that are giving haircuts in their backyards and their, in their businesses, they have the people come through the back.
Thank God I'm losing my hair. The middle piece hasn't grown, but the sides, I just buzz it like a fucking Puerto Rican. The other day I buzzed it and I got a big patch out of it. I had to put crazy glue over it and shoe polish. But no, seriously. Listen, I need a haircut. I'm going to wait till it all goes legit. I want to come to TACFit. I want to wait till it's all legit.
Yeah,
so nobody
that's
gets
the
their
thing.
feelings hurt.
That's the thing.
Because how bad would you feel?
Well, when are we going to open up?
Alberto, Professor, open that door just a little time. How bad would you feel? How bad would you feel? Okay? Spikes are rising in Texas.
Right.
Spikes are rising in Georgia. This weekend, Alberto Crane can have a barbecue if he wants. He's an American. Only one thing. Don't invite nobody. You got enough fucking kids. And your wife's got a sister. She's got kids. And, everybody's got kids when you're Armenian. That's it. You still got to be vigilant. I don't care what you believe, what the scientific evidence says. I really don't care. I know what the scientific evidence says. If you touch something, now they're saying if you don't touch 10 dicks and nothing happens, no COVID.
That's what they're saying now. Yeah, the CDC.
Now you could
That's the new thing. Oh, it doesn't stay on things.
Yeah, it doesn't stay on things. So, guys,
and that was the big thing at the beginning.
Just don't go into a fucking bar and do blow and fucking get breathed on by Johnny Blacksmooth, who's been playing the bass for 29 years and did time for 18 of them. And you'll be fine. Act as if.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful, but I mean, I think that it seems like there's a lot of people who are being careful who get sick. I think it's just, I don't know.
Now, you have MS. Publicly known, put it out
multiple
there.
sclerosis, yeah.
Is that an underlying condition?
So what's MS? Your immune system attacks basically like your nervous system, right? So yeah, I could have complications But what do? I do TAC-FIT. I take care of my health. I am like super proactive. You know, what do you think that's going to do to my immune system? What do you think that's going to be to my overall nervous system and everything else? So, and you don't think the mindset affects that? You know, think about let's talk about the immune system, right? With this whole fight or flight, like all this fear on the news. What's going on? It's suppressing our immune system. It's almost like they want us to get sick. What about in New York? The governor comes out and he says 66% of the people with that COVID-19, the new people, they've all been they've been home quarantined. How does that happen? They're all scared. They're all like, not doing stuff, right? They're not exercising. They're not doing things they're not mixing. We got to mix germs, man. That's our immune system, right? That's how it responds, and that's how it adapts, and that's how we stay strong. That's how we stay healthy. Little kid, you want him to, walk around crawl around on the ground and, put stuff in his mouth. Like, if we're not doing those things, it's like a recipe for disaster. What about a second wave comes? What if this other thing comes? We're not going to be prepared for it,
But what if Jesus makes a comeback? There's a lot of things.
Exactly. We don't know. We still
got to live our lives.
That's it. We got to live our lives.
I got to get people out there working.
Yeah.
I got to get Americans out there working.
That's it.
I watched the Fox plant in Detroit open up. And as they were walking in, people were saying, we're not ready. This is bullshit. And they try to omit it. They had to close the plant within 24 hours. They got 3 new cases because we're not prepared yet as Americans for 10 and over. Something goes on when there's 10 and over. There's a situation I can't stop thinking about. Michael Yo, Jimmy Big Balls, Jeffrey Goulian, and Chris Mazzilli in the same setting like this one night until 1 in the morning just talking. The next day, 3 out of the 4 of them ended up in the hospital for weeks. Nothing happened to the 4th guy. What did he do differently? And why did the immune system hit that way? These are all questions I have. Do I think it exists? It exists. Do I think it's lightening down? Yes, it is. We don't have the dense population New York has. So I think here in California, we're okay right now. Disneyland's still not open. Watch Disneyland's lead. If they're not open, then you shouldn't be open. They know something you don't know. So kickboxing now becomes kicksercise. You and I can't face each other. That's it. We can't face each other. We got to stagger. Start with a 5-pound bag, boom, boom, a 5-pound weight, throw kicks. Now you can throw kicks in front of a bag. If you had 6 bags, now you have to have 4 because of the 6-foot distancing. This is what's going to change in gyms.
What, like Sweden, right? Like they never closed up, right? And then there's these German scientists, these doctors, right? Everybody's like talking about herd immunity, right? So what about that? What about that way? Is that a better way?
I think the scary part is we're finding out even the doctors don't really know what the best way to do this is.
But if we don't know, what's the choice, right? To live in fear or to live your life? And of course, being careful, being precautious, right?
I live in fear and I'm careful at the same time. It's like I live like being a drug dealer and having $1 million in your pocket, and you got a gun in your pocket. They're behind every bush. Yeah. Don't think they're not setting you up. Don't think that chick that's half topless looking for a ride home is there for a reason. They're there to knock you the fuck off. So you're always looking. You're still not touching doorknobs. You're still washing your hands. You're still.
Well, you actually that was my point. Or like, I've seen a lot of videos the last week or so of people just being assholes, like yelling at grocery store people, and then the grocery stores they're on edge. But then you find out that Rock and Roll Ralph's had 30 employees test positive for COVID,
and people who went in there. A lot of people who went in there. Got sick.
Well, what about all those people on Home Depot or Costco, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think if the reason it's gone on so long is because there's a lot of people not doing anything. Because in theory, this thing dies in 2 weeks.
Fuck it, yeah. If we say fuck it with this heat, I get vitamin D every day. I breathe. I ride a bicycle outside. At first, I was trying to do the right thing, putting the fucking mask on. You can't ride no bike with a mask on. You got to breathe fresh air.
Yeah.
Just keep your throat fucking because it attacks your throat when you're dry. So that's why they said you really have to be, what's the word?
Vigilant.
What is it?
Vigilant.
No, not vigilant. When you're full of water, hydrated, because that's when it attacks you the most. Like today, if I leave here, I'll go home and gargle with hot water, just because I had contact with you. I'm not going to be mad at you because I think I have the antibodies also. I flew that weekend, but anyway, getting to all this bullshit. When the first time that you came on the podcast, you spoke about dedicating your life to jiu-jitsu, moving, getting the support from your family, living in a shed, getting your black belt from Margalino, whatever his name
Draculino.
is. Draculino, you fought for Jackson out of whatever.
Jackson's, yeah, I was his first MMA champion.
Unbelievable.
Front of major, it was King of the Cage, which is a big deal back in the day, right?
Yes, it was back in the day. You fought in the UFC, then you said, fuck it. You did a couple other fights, and then you discovered that you enjoyed teaching. You were Gracie Baja for a while. You told them to go away. They don't pay you, you got to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't fuck around, Alberto Crane. But, and you created legacy, and it's become, when you see those lunchtime pictures, it breaks your heart because you saw it from 20 people to 40 to 60, to people kneeling, people hanging from rafters. You have women's self-defense, but you have something that nobody has in the area. And it's something that, like, people my age, yeah, I can put a gi on and go to jiu-jitsu, but how much practicality am I going to get from jiu-jitsu? I'm going to go twice a week and be sore the rest of the time, and then every 90 days, pull something. Yeah, I can go to kickboxing. That's a great exercise. But at this age right now, 57, you get the fucking, not the scoliosis, you get the other one where the muscle deteriorates after 40.
Yeah.
You have shit that you can't. A year and a half ago, I couldn't shoot a basket. Do you know now I could shoot a basket with my daughter? I can't do a 20-footer. But I could do a 3-footer because of those bats.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the part of, like, the jiu-jitsu. Like, that's why I'm so passionate about TACFIT, right? Because it gave me that ability. Me myself, I had so many injuries, and the MS diagnosis, like, I couldn't put my seatbelt on. I was in bad shape. I was just like, everything hurt to move, so I would just want to stay in bed. I was in really bad shape. I didn't act like it. People didn't maybe know, but that was the reality. And little by little, the more I did, like, the TACFIT, moving the neck, the into flow, and all the stuff that we do, things started to change within me. And all the students that do it, you see the same things happening, And so, yeah, I mean, that's the key, is to have that a part of your training, But I think martial arts, you've been in martial arts your whole life, right? Since you were a kid. And so I think I never got taught those things, Like the Mr. Miyagi put his hands together, right? And healed Daniel-san's shoulders, right? So that, I think that should be part of the martial arts, that healing component, or healing yourself at least, right? To understand your body, just the awareness, right?
What's a typical week? So people know. I remember once you broke it down for me that Monday was heavy. Tuesday
it's really the way Scott Sonnen has it. He has like a wave. He has a 4-day wave, like no intensity, low intensity, high. He waves it, So it's like different intensities. So I think just to keep that in mind, because everybody's lifestyle is a little bit different, And so maybe one day, but not training hard every day, but switching it up, and you can change that up. You can use that in jiu-jitsu, for example. Like one day, okay, I'm going to train a little bit more. Maybe today I'm not going to train. I'm just going to do technique. I'm going to move my body, I'm going to, do the warm up, do whatever, focus on other things, So I think just kind of waving it and doing the same things as the wave of TACFIT keeps everything like in check, So, and you're asking about the TACFIT. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like more like kind of like different time protocols, like a little bit harder, On Thursday we do a flow, and Friday we do a technique day where we break down complex components and make it like simple so you learn it. And then Saturday we're back, But you can make it whatever you want, For example, for myself, maybe I train hard jiu-jitsu the day before. So if I do tack fit the next morning, I'm going to use it. Even on those hard ones, I make it easy on myself. I go lighter in weight. I go lower rep count, and I use that workout to recover. So you can make it whatever you want because you can scale it to how you want and what you need.
How many cities is tack fit in now?
And like there was
It's growing because I know that I saw that this week you had like guest fucking.
Yeah, so we got some
guest coaches. And shit.
Isik is our new like U.S. director. So he's doing a lot, and he's been in the system since back in the day, before even the name TACFIT existed. So he's like OG, And so, what was the question? Like who?
How many?
There's coaches all over. There's people all over the world practicing it, but there was no organization, And so we're trying to organize it and make it better, But there's people in around the world, China, Taiwan.
Is there a school in Jersey?
There's not a school, but I want to help with that. I want to help that because that's what I see. Is speaking to these.
City? Is there a school?
There's people that are certified that are coaches, but there's no TACFIT schools, and that's the future. That's what I see. That's what I want to see. Like I believe in the community. I know we're doing the social distancing thing and all this stuff is going on, but I mean. For us to live our best life, I believe in that. That's what keeps you in check. That's it. Even you, like guys, maybe they don't do the Zoom class, but they see like the Facebook lives going on, and it makes them like, okay, cool. There's some normalcy going on. We hustled. We went there right away, right, without hesitation. Professor Joey, myself, Robert, we got on there on Zoom on Facebook Live right away. We're doing classes, and we got it going on. Coach Andy, we have it going on. Professor Joey, right? All day long, we're doing it. So,
and it was important.
Just
a lot of people don't know what to do. A lot of people didn't even have club bells.
Yeah.
But they got to see what you were doing and go, you know what, man? Maybe when things open up, I'll start going over there. Maybe.
How many of your students have been keeping in touch? Man, doing the classes.
I mean, a lot. It's we try to connect, and our community's strong. I lent out a bunch of our club bells and kettlebells, and even some like these heavy bags that we use for like. They're kind of like dummies, jiu-jitsu dummies. So we lent them out just to support everybody, so they could follow along with the classes and have their own tools because actually kettlebells and actually the club bells that we have for the TACFIT too, like both, they're sold out in a lot of places, Most places
they were sold out everywhere.
Everywhere. Not just some
bicycles, everybody became Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Everybody was Draco. It's unbelievable.
All the gyms are closed, right?
Yeah.
When I read that article that you couldn't get a bicycle, it was crazy. I was like, is this true? And I went, the guy was like, we don't have no bikes here till Wednesday. I told my neighbor, he goes, I have one for you for tomorrow. Next day he brought me a bike. I had to go buy a seat for it. I've been riding a bike ever since. It's tremendous. Yeah. It's tremendous, this stuff. Now you have a wrestlers.
It's a Grappler's Toolbox, coming out. Grappler's Toolbox 101. So it's kind of for beginners. And we had talked about being your best at every age, and so it's a thing. It's a tool. Like obviously, like my niche or my life has been jiu-jitsu, so I definitely have jiu-jitsu people in mind for this. Because I want people to be able to train. I believe in jiu-jitsu as a tool for you to be your best. And so it's something that helps you stay healthy for every decade, right? To stay healthy, and so it's you should have that. I believe that it should be part of your training. Speaking about having that ability to heal yourself and just understand yourself better, but it's for everybody. Anybody can use it, Anybody can use it, and I try to do it as basic as I can, But it's good for advanced people because there's some details, and I talk about my experience, and but it's called the Grappler's Toolbox 101, coming out on TACFIT.com, next Thursday. So I'm really excited about that because I get to contribute, to something that's really done a lot for me.
Brother, you're a good man. You have a good school over there. Like I said, it's not a school or an academy. It's a little family. And I spoke to Marco, and I know a lot of guys are hurting because that's all they got. Yeah. They really, that's all they got. I bumped into a gym owner at a supermarket. I don't want to say what his name is. He's a real fucking moron. And he was telling me how they got to open his gym because Governor Newsom is getting sued. And I had to look at him and go, are you fucking retarded? You can't be this fucking stupid. He's Brazilian to boot. He's like, no, they have to. My friend says they're going to sue Governor Newsom. We open up training next week. And I'm like, you can't be this fucking retarded. You're in no danger. He's still making videos of him on the beach. UFC 1. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Always a pleasure having you, Alberto Crane.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure knowing you're there. You have 2 schools, Glendale, which is doing
Legacy.
great, and Legacy in Burbank, and whatever you need, Muay Thai, girls, self-defense, fucking kettlebells at 5:30 in the morning, and then they do jiu-jitsu afterward, that crazy bastard. Jiu-jitsu starts at 5:30. If you got kids that can't behave themselves, bring them to Alberto. Within a month, they'll be all right, or they'll be choked the fuck out. We ship them out the back door over there. It's over. What happened? We don't know. They left with a fucking Armenian family. See you later. All right. Bye.